Test 1, 2. Check, check. Test 1, 2.
Check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Good afternoon and welcome to Gerald E. Thompson Field in Waupun. Makeup game tonight for the Waupun Warriors on a game that was rained out last Thursday, but it's a team that gave them their only loss in conference play against the Kewaskum Indians. This should be a great game here tonight. Myself, Steve Wooderhack here. We've got Randy Armga, got Nate Young. This must be a big event. Nate, his fingernails are all clipped. He's got his new shorts on, and he's ready to do some video streaming and produce this thing for us. But a tough game for Waupun. They were ahead 2-0 going into the fifth inning over at Kewaskum. Ended up giving up 5 runs in that inning. They ended up losing 5-2. And now Waupun trying for a little revenge here tonight, not drop a game behind Kewaskum in the conference play.
And one thing about a rainout like that, it allows you to go back to the same pitcher if you want, and they have a very good one over there at Kewaskum.
Yeah, this guy, according to Coach Travis Hull, says can a lefty that can throw in his mid-80s, and Kingston Grosolono is their pitcher, and because of that rainout, they get to pitch him. Waupun not going with the same pitcher. They had Jake Krager pitch, and he pitched great, and we didn't give up those runs to the fifth inning, but he's going to throw Logan Prawl here tonight against the Kewaskum Indians. So
yeah, strategy, use a little different look, and maybe a guy with a different repertoire, and hopefully it works out. And one thing maybe to Waupun's advantage, they have seen now Grisolano, just last week, and they know what he throws. They maybe can predict a little bit what he's going to come with in certain situations. So hopefully that'll work out in Waupun's favor.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here tonight. Waupun again. They're only going to have a couple losses on the season. They're 15-2 on the season, 6-1 in conference play. KML and Kewaskum both sitting at 4-1. So you definitely want to win this kind of important game if you want to win this conference. You got to take care of business right here tonight and not get a game behind Kewaskum and maybe eventually a KML winning too, sitting a game behind both those teams. So Waupun with an important game here tonight on Parents' Night at the Gus. And again, not a bad day today. It's a good day for baseball, not cold. Of course, we got the weather report out there, swirling winds out there today. So it looks like right now they're coming in towards home plate, and who knows where that flag will switch as the game goes along. But, yeah, it should be a great game here tonight against two very good baseball teams. We're going to take a break, and I got a chance to talk to Coach Travis Hull about his Waupun Warriors, about their opponent here tonight, and we'll give you that interview coming up in just a few minutes. Pregame show brought to you by Home and Auto Sales on RP Sports.
Home and Auto is very blessed to have served our local communities for 50 years. From a small used car store with 4 employees to 5 locations and over 100 employees, we would like to thank our many customers and our communities for the past 50 years. Holman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Waupun, Holman Chevrolet in Waupun, Holman Ford and Holman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Ripon, Holman Chevrolet GMC in Ripon, and the location where we began 50 years ago, Holman Value Center in Waupun. Thank you for allowing us to serve you, our customers, our friends, for the last 50 years. And we look forward to the next 50 years. Home and Auto, great selection, award-winning service, low prices, and a relaxed buying atmosphere. We make you feel at home at Home and Auto Group in Waupun and Ripon, serving you for 50 years and counting.
It's time to take control of your soil management. Turn to the Great Plains TerraMax, a versatile hybrid tillage solution offering variable intensity tillage for a variety of fall and spring field conditions. Create the ideal seed bed with a high-quality finish, level soils and remove ruts, and eliminate resistant weeds, all with one tool. Tillage is now on your terms with TerraMax. Visit Waupun Equipment Company today to learn more about hybrid tillage from Great Plains. TerraMax, for tillage on your terms.
If you're looking for someone to take care of your tree needs, call Eli at Torres Tree Service of Waupun. Eli and his team can remove trees big or small, even those hard-to-get trees. They do tree trimming and stump grinding, and the job's not done until they put topsoil and seed where the tree was removed, clean up the debris, and haul it away. Join the many satisfied customers by calling Torres Tree Service in Waupun at 920-334-5887. That's 920-344-5887 for Torres Tree Service of Waupun. Shepherd of the Hills Catholic School in Eden is a faith-centered community that carries on the tradition of outstanding Catholic education. It's closer than you think. Students grow academically, spiritually, and emotionally, all in a Christ-centered environment. Log on soth-school.org and like us on Facebook.
Hi, it's Dr. Randy with New Medical Center. Are you struggling with your weight? Tired of diets that just make you hungry? Maybe it's time to try something new. By now, most of you have heard about semaglutide and tirzepatide, the amazing new weight loss drugs that are sweeping across the country and helping thousands of people just like you successfully lose unwanted pounds. Well, wait no more. NewMed Integrated Healthcare has got you covered. Don't be fooled by expensive online plans with no direct medical supervision. New Medical Center's program is affordable and provides you with all the personalized support you need to succeed. Get started now and eliminate your cravings, decrease your appetite, and start losing those pounds. Take it from me, it's easier than you think. How do I know? Because I lost 50 pounds last year using this very program, and I've kept it off. Let the team at New Medical Center help you get the weight loss results you desire and deserve. Call New Medical Center at 920-324-9899 to get started now, or visit us on the web at newmedicalctr.com. That's New Medical Center, 920-324-9899.
Welcome back to more of our pregame show. Steve Witterhack with you, and right now time to talk to the head coach of the Waupun Warriors, Travis Hull, joining us right now, and kind of a bit of an up and down thing going on with you guys the last few weeks. You did a really good job in your tournament and won your tournament for the DeBoer Classic, and that was some nice baseball. And then you had a kind of disappointing loss to Kewaskum. So where do you think your team's at right now?
We're still learning, there's some things that we got to figure out. Kewaskum presents some challenges. They have some good pitching. They got some steady, they got a good mix of some older kids and some younger kids that have some experience. And, it was just one of those games where one inning got out of hand for us. I don't feel like we've regressed at all. I just think, it's one of those, you go through stretches during the season where sometimes the bats go a little cold, and, it's nice if, if you got a couple guys still going strong, but if they all go cold at the same time, then you're in some trouble, and that's kind of what happened to us, I think. So,
what do you know about the pitcher you're going to be facing here tonight? I know they threw a pretty good pitcher against you last time you played him. What do you know about the guy they're throwing on the mound today for the Indians?
Well, it'll be the same kid because of the rain delay, the rain out. He's throws mid-80s, lefty. He did a good job of holding our runners off. That was one of the things we really struggled with was, not being very disciplined on the bases. So he'll be a challenge, but I think we worked on some things in practice that should help. So we'll see how we react to it. But I told our kids, like, if we want to get to where we need to go, we're gonna have to beat these types of pitchers. Like, you can't, you're not gonna make it through the playoffs unless you can beat good pitching. And so, like, 3 hits and isn't gonna get it done. So.
Well, Coach, thanks for your time. Should be a great game tonight. Good luck today.
Yeah, I look forward to it. Thank you.
Okay, Travis Hall joining us here before their game against the Kewaskum Indians. Waupun baseball on Radio Plus Sports.
Hi, this is Jackie with All Phase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal, serving Dodge, Fond du Lac, Marquette, and Green Lake counties. Don't chance it and find yourself asking, where's the heat? Get on our furnace maintenance plan now to prevent a furnace malfunction or a heating headache. Need a brand new American Standard furnace? We do that too. Call 920-763-2301, allphasecomforts.com.
Did you know that Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake offers Kasasa Rewards checking accounts? All Kasasa Rewards accounts include refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. When you meet the monthly qualification criteria, there's no monthly maintenance fee and no minimum balance requirement. Best of all, you get rewarded for things you probably do anyway, such as using your debit card and setting up a direct deposit. Discover the benefits of opening a Kasasa Rewards checking account at Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake.
Planning to build? You need Pino. Whether it's a new home, remodel, or commercial project, you need a committed team that's dedicated to bringing your vision to reality. You need Pino. After all, they've been doing it almost 50 years. To start your next project, go to rapino.com. Check out their virtual design tool and turn your idea into action. That's rapino.com and learn about the Pino difference. Pino. Build better for future generations.
Thank you for your continued support over the past 50 years. At Verhaeg's Furniture Mart, we're honored to have been voted by you to be the best of the best mattress store in the Fond du Lac area for 2024.
Our mission is to bring the best in bedding comfort, technology, and support to the Waupun area.
We've partnered with top brands like Tempur-Pedic, Puffy, Scott Living, Sealy, and Nectar to offer you the ultimate sleep experience.
Free delivery to Waupun and the surrounding area. See store for details.
Come shop at Verhaeg's.
Thank you for your continued support over the past 50 years. At Verhaeg's Furniture, we're honored to be voted by you to be one.
A reminder for everyone that Bent's Automotive is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. and on Saturdays by appointment only. Keeping your vehicle in tip-top running condition is essential. Call 324-9962 for Bent's Automotive. Get the quality repair and maintenance services you need from the automotive technicians you can trust. Bent's Automotive at the corner of Carrington and Main Streets in beautiful downtown Waupun. Call 920-324-9962 to schedule your service or repair needs today.
Okay, we are back. Steve and Randy with you. Parents' Night here at Waupun. A big game, but always a big thing to have the parents recognized for all the running around they do and things. And you start looking back at these kids, and I look at my own grandkids right now that are 8, 10, and 12 that play baseball. There's a 4-year-old softball player in there, and that's where these guys started. The same thing, playing against, with and against some of these guys that they are playing with now here on varsity. And this is pretty much the big high point in their baseball, maybe athletic career when they get up to be seniors in high school and getting to play in front of a crowd. And always a big moment here, and for the parents to be recognized, always a big moment.
Yeah, it's a very nice event that you do. Every team does it every season, but sometimes as a coach you get a little distracted with all the things you have to do behind the scenes and make sure that things are done correctly. And you don't want to screw something up when you're having a parents' night and leave somebody out or anything like that, or mispronounce names, as you and I know how that can go when you're doing broadcasting radio. So you make sure you cross all your T's, dot all your I's, and have it come off smoothly.
Yeah, it's always a nice night. They got a nice night for it, too. It's not going out there with umbrellas or anything. They got the sun shining right now, wind blowing into home plate, and ready for what should be a pretty good baseball game. Waupun did play a game on Friday. Of course, they couldn't play their game on Thursday, which they could have, but they played on Friday, and they took on Lemira in that ball game, and they won 5-2 in that game. But I guess that's one thing I should ask the coach. They had Waupun down for 6 errors and Lemira down for 4 errors in that ball game. So I'm not sure exactly what happened with that.
Yeah, I know that some reserves played in that game as well. Not that that's an excuse, but I mean it wasn't the normal starting lineup for Waupun. So you had a lot of inexperienced guys that got into that game and had an opportunity to get some minutes, which is always very nice. But maybe that contributed to the number of errors.
Yeah, that was pretty high. Brian Ferris was 2 for 4 in the ball game with a double. Logan Prawl was a 2 for 4 batting in that ball game. Landon Richter, winning pitcher, pitched 4 2/3 innings, gave up 2 hits and also 1 walk and had a couple strikeouts in that ball game. But Lemira right now, some pretty good athletes going through that school. We've seen that with football, first ever football championship over there. They've had tons of wrestling championships and some softball stuff getting to state, but football was a pretty huge deal last night. As a matter of fact, our coverage of Lemira football and a nice little highlight thing that Nick Rush put together, won an award, first place for the WBA awards in the ceremony on Saturday down in Madison. So that's kind of a nice thing that we get to be part of that and witness some history over at Lemira High School.
When you said Waupun defeated them 5-2, I was going to say at that moment, yeah, that's a very good bunch of athletes there now, and they'll take that win any day because that's a team that can beat anybody in the area.
So parents being announced yet. They got some, of course, flowers they usually give to mom. They can have to do that again in a few days for Mother's Day, too, coming up. And they get some nice cutout wooden painted daisies or whatever those things are that they're handing, sunflowers, whatever they're getting right now. But again, a great bunch of baseball players year after year. Waupun baseball always very good, and saw the baseball teams compete last year at different age groups, and they won a lot of tournaments out there as a program up and down the line from your younger first traveling teams and they're 6 years or 8 years old and in second grade all the way till they get to be Little League players up through 15 winning tournaments, and here they are in the varsity field. So again, all the parents announced here. We're going to take another break, come back, and talk a little bit more about this game. Waupun taking on Kewaskum. Conference action of the ECC key game right now for both teams in this game, so a lot at stake. Should be a fun one to call. Back after this with more of our pregame show, also the starting lineups and the beginning of tonight's game. Waupun at home taking on Kewaskum. East Central Conference Boys Baseball on Radio Plus Sports.
We make you feel at home and auto sales. Great selection and a price that's low. You'll find friendly smiles and a warm hello every time. We make you feel at home and auto sales. Every time we make you feel at home and auto sales.
Home and Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of high school sports.
Extend your vertical tillage options with a new Kuhn Krause Accelerator XT8010 available at Waupun Equipment Company in Waupun and Watertown. Proven Excalibur VT blades cut tough residue, creating a superior seed bed. Gang angle options of 1 to 5 degrees for true vertical tillage or 6 to 8 degrees for more aggressive tillage action. Mid-mounted tines redirect soil and residue flow ahead of rear gangs. Exclusive star wheel treaders, brake clouds, and anchor residue, while the 24/7 conditioning reel firms and finishes the seed bed. The Accelerator XT is available in RTK cut widths of 11 to 40 foot. Ask your dealer about the new Smart Soil Technology ISOBUS system for your new Accelerator XT.
Our good friend Steve with us here at the Other Bar, Main Street in downtown Waupun. Here we go. Big week here. Weather is flipping. Wine walk coming up this weekend, too.
Yeah, they keep teasing us about getting this patio set up, so we'll see how it goes the rest of the week. Wine walk this weekend, so obviously go down and support everybody downtown. We are going to be open for pizzas after 9 o'clock, not for any other food. So if you guys need to get something to eat after the wine walk stop down here, we'll go till 10-ish. We'll see how it goes. Only pizzas, so don't come in looking for anything other than that. That's all we're we're going to have.
All right, coming up here, of course, NBA playoffs rolling through it. Brewers, big series, couple of those coming up here.
Our favorite, the Cubs are coming in, so come down and watch that. We've got Piney's Barrel Man on tap right now. Some that you only used to be able to get at Miller's Park. We're working on getting some glassware to do some specials with it where you can buy a glass, take it home with you. Come down and check some of these beers out we got on tap. We flipped everything over to the summer-style beers, and there's some good stuff on now.
Steve with us here, the other bar, Main Street, Waupun. Have a good week, buddy. Thank you.
You too. Thanks, Nick.
Say cheese. If you cringe when it's time to smile, come to Dentistry of Wisconsin in Beaver Dam and Waupun to make your grin big, bright, and beautiful. They can help with impactful solutions like implants, bridges, orthodontics like Sure Smile clear aligners. And if you're looking for simple smile enhancers, they offer tooth whitening and veneers. Give Dentistry of Wisconsin a call in Beaver Dam at 887-2112 or their Waupun office at 324-3881. You can also visit them online at dentistryofwisconsin.com.
Okay, we are back. Coaches meeting with the officials. You know both those guys down there, Randy?
I do. Yeah, Bruce Kaufman behind the plate and Wally Lauersdorf. Yeah, Wally Lauersdorf on the bases. Yeah.
Okay.
Two experienced officials.
They kept their hair short so we can't see that. We always know that with the longer gray-haired guys, but trying to hide it under their hats and short hair. But yeah, they've been around. There's no doubt. And, again, a key game, a big game in the East Central Conference tonight. Waupun taking on Kewaskum. And let's kind of take a look at the defensive starting lineup for the Waupun Warriors. Logan Prawl on the pitcher's mound for Waupun. Going with Logan, you could have went with Jake Krieger because he was available to pitch again tonight. But going with Logan, kind of their number 2 pitcher on the season. Big, long, lanky right-handed pitcher. Chase Beam behind home plate. And I saw those two guys, Prawl and Beam, throwing a football around before. The connections that they made during the football season with Prawl being the wide receiver and Beam being the quarterback the last couple of years for Waupun. Jake Krieger at first base. Landon Richter at second base. Brian Ferris at shortstop. Graham Gopalin. He is over at third base. And left to right in Waupun's outfield will be Landon Dirksen, Trey Schmidt, and Brennan Redeker. Kind of looking at the flag as we were reporting before that, like I said, swirling winds we were looking before is coming right towards home plate. Now it's kind of going out towards left field.
Right, kind of from foul pole to foul pole.
Yeah.
Right field foul pole towards the left field. So if you pull the ball as a right-hander, you're going to get a little bit of a boost now.
Yeah, but it's definitely giving the advantage to the right-handed hitters if they're a pull hitter.
Turned into just an amazing, beautiful day right now. Full sunshine, not bad temperatures. Good day for spring sports.
Yep, and I use one of my philosophies. My wife never listens to the games, so I'm sure nobody will tell her out there, but had a list of things for me to do, and I got them all done in about feverishly in the last hour and a half, and I went and got about 16 bags of dirt for the garden and got a little fence up that she needed for her garden and a few other things like that, so I'll get a good pat on the head, good job, and have another take my list for tomorrow and see what I have to do with it. But again, a perfect day to play some baseball. We've been very fortunate. We've had some years where you were playing in some snow when you were playing in early May, and even middle of May it could have some freezing rain coming down. And a nice night here and afternoon for baseball. Logan Prawl goes to the mound. The batting order now for Kewaskum, Liam Stoffel. Their second baseman is batting first, and after that it'll be left fielder Andy Reichert. Pitcher Kingston Grosolono. He is they're also the number 3 batter, so besides being a very good pitcher, they got him in the right where your best batter normally goes in the number 3 slot.
He is leading the team in batting average, so that's exactly right. Good player.
Austin Reichel is the catcher and batting cleanup. Then you have designated hitter Everett Donath. Levi Whitfield batting after that, the center fielder. Then shortstop Sam Syriacs, remember that name for the basketball court. Carter Unger batting 8th. He is their third baseman. And Tyler Denso, he is the right fielder batting 9th. Yeah, we are ready to play some baseball here at the Gus in Waupun.
I would assume out of Prawl you're going to see more breaking pitches than you might out of Krieger. A little bit more of a finesse type pitcher.
Yeah, Logan definitely does not lack confidence. You need that out there to play sports, and he's a very confident player, right-handed pitcher, very good receiver on the football team, excellent basketball player to go through a few injuries to get himself back up to snuff here with a slow start. Didn't play for a lot of the beginning of the season, in the basketball season, but good to see him out on the mound and see how he does against Kewaskum here tonight. Like I said, Waupun scored a couple of runs in the second inning to take the lead in that ball game, 2-0, and that stood to the bottom of the fifth inning over at Kewaskum, and that's when things kind of fell apart and a bunch of hits strung together, and they end up with 5 runs in the bottom of the fifth inning, and that's what the score was, 5-2, the final score.
You mentioned the importance of this game, and I know Waupun plays KML. That's Tuesday, Thursday next week. I got another team right there in the conference, upper part of the conference, so this is a very critical game right here. Waupun can get this one. If you could win 2 next week, you're going to separate yourself from everyone else. Even if you would split next week, if you win this, you're going to be in a good position here for the conference championship.
Okay, let's play some ball. Left-handed hitter coming up first with Liam Stoffel. And on the mound, a Logan Prawl for Waupun. Waupun wearing their all black pants and jerseys here today. Got a lot of little options they can do with their uniforms.
Yeah, I like those black pants. I just like the look of that. A little warmer maybe with the sun shining on you wearing dark.
Yeah. Make you look slimmer. Yeah, slimming, yeah. First pitch is going to miss low for ball 1. We are off and running here at the Gus. Big game in the East Central Conference. Count is now 1-0. Here's the pitch from Logan Prawl. Here's a fastball, finds the zone, no offer. Puts the count now at 1-1.
Don't mean to crowd you, Steve, but I have to be your best buddy here so I can see out the window. Shoulder to shoulder we are.
Yeah, I'm blinded down the right field line, and you're blinded down the left field line. So, yeah, they didn't ask us to design the booth, even though I love it up here. It's a great place to call a game, but that one finds the zone, drops right in, a called strike. 2-2 the count now for Liam Stoffel. It's Stoffel in Waupun. It's Stoffel in Kewaskum.
Yeah, my wife would say Stuffle. My wife has said Stuffle. Yeah.
Stuffle. Called strike 3, and that one looked pretty good. Stoffel not agreeing with that one, looking back at the umpire, but that looked pretty good from here. That we have the perfect definitive view of the strike zone, but he goes down looking. 1 up, 1 down. Andy Reichert coming up now. Right-handed batter.
Yeah, shaking your head as you walk away never helps you with an umpire.
Yeah.
You might remember that the next time you come up to the plate.
That one's going to bend out of the strike zone. And he batting .354 on the season. Waiting on deck is Kingston Grosolono. This is popped in the air in short right field, and that's going to go off the glove of Jake Krieger, and he's going to try to get over at second base. There's a throw, and pops out of the glove of Ferris over at shortstop. They had him. I know Bryant trying to get excitedly wait for that ball to get there so he could put the tag on it, but they had a perfect throw.
Yeah, he would have been out by a good stride or more. Bryant got a little quick with the glove there trying to make the tag.
So 1 down, runner at second base. That'll bring up their pitcher. And he's batting on the season .463. 15 RBIs, 11 stolen bases, so he's got some speed beside it. That one goes hard off from Graham Gopal and shoots over towards shortstop, and everybody's safe. That was just a bullet hit over towards Gopal, and he's kind of down right by the base out there, and then it come to 10 to him right now.
Might have went right off his knee. Or lower abdomen. Good thing for that $12 piece of plastic you guys wear. Being an umpire, I know that's the most important thing. Last thing you do.
Well, that was just the well-struck ball going opposite field and right at Gopal, and a little trouble getting up. Coaches out there and teammates have headed over to discuss what's going on and give them some breathing room.
Nothing you can really do is just wait that out. Looks like he's going to be all right. Easy for me to say.
Yeah. Logan going over there to see if he's all right. Those guys are pretty close buddies.
Throw him the ball, see if he can bend over and field it.
Okay. And here we go. Kewaskum getting things going here with just a little bloop. Hit out to right field, and that one just a rocket right to the third baseman Gopal, and one right off his body, and he's shaking it off right now, and hopefully back ready to play. Another lefty. Well, I should say with coming up to the plate now for the Kewaskum Indians with Austin Reichel coming up, the catcher.
And Waupun's digging a little hole here right now. We're going to see if they can get out of this without too much damage.
Reichel batting .231 on the season. First pitch misses for ball one. So, bunch of lefties in the starting lineup here, in the top part of their lineup for the Kewaskum Indians. Ooh, big cut. It's going to fall off his bat into the glove of Beam. Count is now 1-1.
Logan could certainly use a strikeout right here.
Yeah.
That would be the best scenario for Waupun.
For Donath, though, that one's going to get past first base, and that's going to allow a run to come in and the early lead going.
Killing this for
to
some reason. The umpires are killing this. Time was called.
Time was called, and everybody going back to where they were, so game remains scoreless. So big break there for Waupun.
That is a break. Maybe that was part of why Prahl threw it in the dirt as well. Maybe he heard the time called. All right.
Okay, Reichel back where we were then. 1-1 the count with Austin Reichel up to bat. And Waupun still trying to shut the door here. Looked like they were going to go down 1-0 here, but they worked our way. And that was swung on and fouled back. Count is now 1-2.
I have seen more of this cat and mouse this season as an umpire than I've seen, in a number of years with the pitchers are trying to really go quick and the batters are constantly asking for time or trying to step out, and it's happening everywhere. I'm not sure what the thought process is there, but
checks, runner goes on the pitch, throw down to second base, and everybody stays. Well, they're trying to get a rundown between first and second base, and may as well, right now in the second baseman's hand over in Richter's hand. Maybe the best thing is just run him back right over there, making your look back towards the runner. They did that.
Throw them out right now.
Is the umpire going to let them do that for a while, or just finally say everybody to stay where they're at?
It's not like softball. Softball you got the look back rule if the ball goes to the circle, but here they can.
Well, once they get back to the base, and then can that be just the end of it, or
no?
They can run it any time.
They can run it any time.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a live ball. Would have been nice for Waupun to get that out at first without giving up the run.
Okay. 2-2 the count with one down. Big pitch here for Logan Prahl. All that stuff happening out there. And Logan nodding all over the place out there. And finally the batter steps out.
Everybody wants to go on their pace, their time. Logan sometimes working very quickly and then sometimes taking a lot of time. Maybe trying to see if that runner will break.
Yeah, runner goes, swing and a miss. Batter on, and they got to get the out at second base. Nice throw by Chase Beam right on the money. Over to Diddy at second base, and they get the out, the double play, and Kewaskum comes up empty here in the inning. Nice defensive stop there for Waupun, getting that double play, and the runner down over at second base right now with Grausolona, who's the pitcher sitting down right now. They didn't bring a runner in for him, did they?
I don't believe so.
No, he leads the team in stolen bases, so he's slow getting up. And we're going to take a break. We'll come back, and that's the pitcher, so it'll take him a while to get back, and he's going to jog back into the dugout. But a good job. Waupun shuts the door. Nobody scores, and after one half inning, no score in the ball game. Back after this on Radio Plus Sports.
Life's better with an auto policy from American Family Insurance, no matter what dreams you're driving towards. That's because you'll feel totally protected with the right auto coverage. Plus, you'll save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home with our expert agents. American Family Insurance.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact me, Agent Christine File, at 11 South Watertown Street in Waupun, or call 920-324-3488 today.
How do you make everyone's favorite buffet even better? How do you make the country's best chicken even more exciting? How do you make Thursday the best night ever? Wing night at Pizza Ranch. Boneless and traditional. A variety of sauces. All the wings you want, plus all your other buffet favorites. The country's best wing night is here. Taking flight Thursday nights only at Pizza Ranch. Everyone's favorite buffet.
This game is powered by C. Broxma Electric of Waupun. C. Broxma Electric has serviced the electrical needs for Waupun and the surrounding area for over 18 years. From small residential jobs to agricultural, industrial, and commercial jobs, they do it all. For quality work and prompt, courteous service, contact your State of Wisconsin licensed electrical contractor in our area. C. Broxma Electric at 920-319-1614 or check them out online at cbelectric.net.
Okay, we are back at the Gus. You don't know all the discussions that go on during the breaks we have, but now we get it all squared away in that inning. What all went down, Randy? So we have what's a hit, what's an error out there in that inning?
Yeah, I guess we're going to call it an error on Gopal on that third, so E5. And then the one with Krieger over there, again, a lot of discussion. A ball that could possibly have been caught, wasn't. So we're going to say that was a hit. And then could have possibly been an error on Ferris at short with the drop ball, but we're just going to say one error. We're going to call the one to third as an error, and the other ball is a hit and be a single and going to second on the throw.
Okay.
So I think we got it sorted out. We're going to all in all, one hit for Kewaskum, no runs scored.
You know me, I'm very non-committal, so I just wait for all these baseball gurus here to come up with it, and I'm good with that.
Yeah, it's a tough call to really make the right call on that, a scoring call.
Let's take a look at Waupun's batting order. Brian Ferris will step to the plate first, followed by Landon Richter, Logan Prawl. Also Chase Beam batting cleanup. Brennan Redeker batting fifth. Number 6 spot, Jake Krieger, Graham Gopalin, Trey Schmidt, and Landon Dirksen. The batting order for Waupun, and the first pitch, that almost goes off the top of the helmet of Ferris, but misses him badly inside, and that is ball one.
Yeah, as you said, young man that brings some heat here. Tough to stand in it.
Next one is going to be high and tight, too. Puts the count now at 2-0. Like I said, the pitcher at Kingston Grossolano, excellent pitcher, throws in the mid-80s. And the next pitch is going to be popped in the air over towards first base. So the first baseman is calling for it. He's kind of fighting the sun over there and hauling it in as Carter fell for the out.
Brian Ferris, he crowds the plate pretty good. He's almost has his toes on the chalk line, and it's maybe sending a little message as Grizzolono that this is my plate. I'm going to come high and inside 2 times, and he gets the pop out.
That brings up Landon Richter to the plate. First pitch into him is going to get fouled out a little behind. Out of play over on the right field side.
Landon has been having a really nice season on the mound pitching as well. Saw him during that DeBoer Diamond Classic, and he's so effective.
Yeah, you get into those tournaments, you need guys like him, and he's stepping forward and being a contributor. So want to be trying to go through with 2 pitchers, and so he adds another nice arm out there for Waupun. Next one, he is also fouled out of play, right field side.
Richter just a little tighty on that, a little behind.
In that Lomira game? Yeah. Okay. 3 2/3 innings. And that one sharply towards the third baseman, picked up by Unger, throws to first, gets the out. So 2 up and 2 down. And that'll bring up Logan Prawl to the plate. Logan so far on the season for Waupun batting .529 on the season.
Pretty lofty numbers right there.
Yeah.
Already hitting near 500, and we are well into the season.
I've seen him with a couple nice hits over towards the right field, shooting the right fielder out there with a triple in there, at least one, and And he's got some wheels.
That's right.
He showed those on the football field when we saw him out there. Pitch in to Logan's going to miss inside for ball one.
And those guys that run well, Ferris, Prawl, and those type of players, they maybe get another 50 points on your batting average just by being able to beat out balls that are in the infield.
Check swing on the next pitch in. That is a called strike. They say he went. 1-1 the count now for Logan.
Yeah, good call. Definitely went. Home plate umpire asking for help and got it.
Stays off the next one, but that one is a called strike high in the zone, I guess. On that pitch. Grossalona 5-0 on the season with a 1.62 ERA for the Kewaskum Indians. Comes the 1-2 pitch. Oof, nerves of steel on that one.
Yeah,
so that one bit inside, so puts a count at 2-2. Catcher trying to bring it back into the zone, but misses, makes the count now 3-2.
Grizzolono, quick worker.
We like quick workers. Yeah. I'd like to keep moving. It was a 3-2 pitch, and they're going to say that is strike three. Waupun goes down 1-2-3, ending with that strikeout on Logan Prawl. Waupun comes up empty. So after one inning here at the Gus, Waupun and Kewaskum all knotted up at zeros. Back with the top of the second right after this on RP Sports.
There has never been a better time to shop Werner Harmsen Furniture and Total Flooring, Main Street in downtown Waupun. Werner Harmsen is featuring a fashionable selection of furniture and flooring. That means remarkable savings on name brand furniture, top quality name brands at special competitive prices. You'll get the taste, quality, and personalized service that has separated the Werner Harmsen name from the best. Find their showroom in downtown Waupun. Werner Harmsen Furniture and Total Flooring. Taste, service, selection. It's worth the drive to beautiful downtown Waupun.
The $7 Lux Cravings Box has the Gordita Supreme? What is this, the 90s? This flashback is off the hook. The 90s Gordita Supreme is back in the $7 Lux Cravings Box. Relive the decades, only at Taco Bell. Booyah!
We make you feel at home and auto sales. Great selection and a price that's low. You'll find friendly smiles and a warm hello every time. We make you feel at home and auto sales. Every time we make you feel at home and auto sales.
Home and Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of high school sports.
Well, both teams coming up empty in the first inning. And here we go into the top of inning number 2. Coming up number 5, 6, and 7 of the batting order. Everett Donath, followed by Levi Whitfield and Sam Syriax. The scheduled batters for the Kewaskum Indians. Logan Prawl still pitching for Waupun, and a change at third base for that injury by on Graham Gopal over at third base, so that hard hit ball at him off the bat of Grissolono. And coming in for him will be Jonas Buckles over at third base. Yeah, those versatile guys you can put behind home plate, put him at third base. I'm not sure where else they put him out there, but it's good to have a guy like that. You can put in a lot of places.
Yeah, Buckles pitches a little bit at times, can get you an inning or two here and there.
That'll be a called strike on the outside part of the plate. We've had quite a few of the Buckles family playing baseball these last years. Some very good baseball playing family, and had some great moments here for Waupun. Chopper over towards Buckles, dives for it, makes its way out to left field, and that's a leadoff single off the bat of Everett Donath.
Jonas getting tested right away. Just came into the game, and first batter hitting a hard ball to his left.
So that will bring up Levi Whitfield with Sam Syriax awaiting on deck.
Brawl shaking off a couple of signs there.
Bringing some heat on the first one, and a called strike.
Best pitch in baseball, strike one. Lower that batting average by about 70 points if you can get ahead first pitch.
There's the bunt, and that one is off his bat. Foul ball, 0-2, as the runner was kind of making his way to second base, so he heads back to first. Count is now 0-2 to Whitfield. Yeah, it might be one of those games where you want to try to bunt guys over and produce a run if you have to, and not looking for this to be a big shootout here. 0-2 pitch. Oh, again, another fastball, and get some swinging and missing, and nice pitch there. Logan Paul bringing it on that first pitch and the third pitch to that batter.
Yeah, just enough elevation on that pitch. Tough to catch up to.
3 strikeouts in the game now for Logan Paul. He's now going to face Sam Syriac, their shortstop. After all those lefties in the top of the orders. Steady diet of righties after that. So first pitch misses high for ball 1.
Well, Waupun players coming off prom on Saturday. Hopefully they don't have a little bit of a all night not sleeping wears them down on a Monday.
I've heard about some of the outfits they were wearing. What was Mr. Beam wearing?
It was the most colorful suit. I didn't see it live. I just saw pictures. But, yeah, it was apparently SpongeBob is what we were told. But, yeah, it was the complete floral from head to toe.
Snap throw to first base by Beam, showing off that a cannon of an arm for him on that one. But back in time is the runner. Yeah, these guys all clean up pretty good. I was doing the shopping spree that morning, and I just saw one after another, a lot of athletes that were going in to get their flowers for their dates that night. So all the corsages there. And I appreciate the parents make them go down there. They didn't go get it for the guys, and they came down there. I forgot, it was one of the football players I remember that drive around like a little Corvette or something, a little older Corvette. I remember him from the football team. That one's going to miss, and now runners at first and second base. So a hit, strikeout, then a walk puts runners now at first and second base with one down, and Carter Unger stepping up to the plate now. There's third baseman.
Yeah, the Indians have had some traffic on the bases here after only an inning and a half, but inning and 1/3, but probably able to work out of it in that first inning.
One misses for ball 1.
Prohl wanted that pitch.
Yeah.
But, that's a good. I'll tell you what, Chase Beam has become an excellent framer. He's learned from the clinics and the pro game where they go from down and up and they drag it up and make it look like a strike.
This one misses, puts the count now at 2-0 to Unger with runners at first and second. Again, Kewaskum threatening here in the top of the second like they did in the first inning. Coming up empty. The nice double play at the end of that inning to end their threat. So high heat, chases, swing and a miss. Count is now 2-1.
Those old school catchers like Bob Spanbauer used to just put your target right in the middle of the plate, and then if you had to go down for it, it made it look even lower.
That one's fouled back into the screen, puts the count at 2-2.
Not just Bob, but everybody did that back in the day. And now the catchers, they start low and they kind of draw it up and stick it into the lower part of the zone.
Comes the 2-2 pitch. That one's going to stay high. Gets away from him a little bit. Kind of turns away right away, knowing that one got away. So the count is now 3-2 to Carter Unger with Tyler Denso awaiting on deck. Top of the second inning, no score, but Kewaskum with a couple runners on with one down.
Big pitch right here. Nope.
And throw to second, but in easily. Is Donath over there.
Waupun doing a decent job keeping the runners close.
Yeah, nice for Kewaskum with the nice new facilities they have over there for the boys baseball and the girls softball team, both with newer plays. And that is a called strike 3 going down is Carter Unger, strikeout number 4 for Logan Paul. That puts 2 outs on the board with runners at first and second, and number 9 in the batting order, Tyler Denso. He is stepping to the plate. He's batted 182 on the season. This goes right at him with the first pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1.
Yeah, little up in the zone. He's been able to get a couple of calls there, and the batters are chasing those right at the hands.
Next pitch behind and hits one on the ground, but foul over on the first base side. Now count is 0-2. See if Waupun can shut the door again with runners on base. Scoreless ball game, top of the second inning. And an 0-2 count on Tyler Denso. Trying to bend that one in there, but it stayed high and inside, so puts the count at 1-2.
Yeah, you don't want to hit too much of the plate, 0-2. Maybe get someone to chase a pitch out of the zone.
And there we go, just one right at him with a heat, a strikeout. 3 strikeouts for Logan Prawl, and Waupun shuts the door with runners at first and second base. No score in the ball game after 1.5. Back with the bottom of inning number 2 coming your way right after this on RP Sports.
Protect your New Holland equipment and optimize your performance in the field with genuine New Holland maintenance products. New Holland oils and filters are designed specifically for New Holland equipment so you can achieve our high performance standards in the field. And by choosing genuine New Holland maintenance products, you'll not only protect your equipment, you'll also boost its performance and productivity. Visit Waupun Equipment Company, also in Watertown, and see for yourself why genuine New Holland oils and filters are the right choice for your equipment.
If you're looking for someone to take care of your tree needs, call Eli at Torres Tree Service of Waupun. Eli and his team can remove trees big or small, even those hard-to-get trees. They do tree trimming and stump grinding, and the job's not done until they put topsoil and seed where the tree was removed, clean up the debris, and haul it away. Join the many satisfied customers by calling Torres Tree Service in Waupun at 920-334-5887. That's 920-344-5887 for Torres Tree Service of Waupun. Shepherd of the Hills Catholic School in Eden is a faith-centered community that carries on the tradition of outstanding Catholic education. It's closer than you think. Students grow academically, spiritually, and emotionally, all in a Christ-centered environment.
Okay, we are back at the Gus in Waupun. Steve and Randy with you. And number 4, 5, and 6 in the batting order coming up for Waupun. Chase Beam, followed by Brendan Redeker and Jake Krieger. And Grisolona, again, just bringing the heat, challenging the Waupun hitters.
Yeah, they've been a little tardy on some of their swings. A lot of balls fouled to the right side.
Next one inside. Beam gets himself out of the way of that ball, puts the count at 1-1.
You don't want to wear a fastball like that on the kneecap or even on the thigh.
No, there's no wear that against pitchers that are bringing mid-80s at you. Waupun was not supposed to play a conference game this week. They're supposed to play against Little Chute today, right. And then that game that's coming up later on, Lakeside Lutheran, at Lakeside Lutheran, a little slow hopper over towards third base, picked up by Unger, and that's going to get past the first baseman. Here goes Beam over to second base, and Beam is safe at second.
Chase taking a big turn at second, thinking about going to 3, but the right fielder ran that down finally. He kind of held the ball out there. Probably a good decision.
So now Waupun with their first base runner of the ball game, nobody out, and that will bring up Brennan Redeker to the plate.
We have to score that as a base hit, infield hit.
Redeker batting .261 on the season. Seen him put a charge in the ball a few times in some of the games we've called. I'll be over at Ripon coming up on Thursday. Lady Warriors taking on the Ripon Tigers out at that parkway out in the middle of nowhere in Ripon. Not the Taj Mahal that you get when you play over at Jerry Meadema Field. Just Basic little out in the field softball diamond.
Waupun is blessed. Baseball, Little League, softball facilities. Just amazing amount of volunteer work put in as well.
Late on that one, and a swing and a miss, and it gets past the catcher. That'll allow Beam to get over to third base. Yeah, I like the look of our new the diamonds over on the Little League Diamonds. They replaced all of those this year and made them more versatile, so you can have the 50-70 fields and over there for that really drew some other teams to come here and to really fill up the tournaments. They've been kind of lacking a little bit these last few years. But they're filling up, and they also got away from being part of Little League. They did that, and they can use some of the bats that they couldn't use with Little League, and that drew some teams over, too. That was another deterrent for teams to come here.
Yeah, a little bit thicker bat.
And that is hit out towards right field. And
That's
that
down.
one lands in, and that's going to score a run for Waupun. Redeker heading over to second base. Here comes the throw, and he is safe. An RBI double off the bat of Brennan Redeker. Waupun takes the early lead, now leading 1-0, and a runner now at second base.
I have seen Redeker do that more than one time this season.
I have too.
Right-handed hitter, but he hits the ball well to the opposite field with some power.
So that'll bring up Jake Krieger. Upon getting to Grosolono so far here in the ballgame now this inning, after a pretty easy time with Waupun hitters in the first inning. This is on the next pitch. 1-1 the count now to Jake. Okay, a little conference now with the catcher and pitcher and trying to get on the same page here, but Waupun would love to add another run, not just get the one run, and nobody out, runner at second base and one run in.
Yeah, feint to second, one of the places where you don't have to throw it.
Comes the 1-1 pitch. A little late on that one. Jake fouls it off over on the first base side.
Pretty hard to duplicate in practice, a guy throwing whatever he is throwing, 85, 86 maybe, with his best fastball.
He can bring it. Yeah.
Bob Spanbauer is now kind of semi-retired, so I don't know. He was the guy they'd have to bring in to try and match 90. If you can't hear them in the booth, they're saying, yeah, if he was 30 feet away with a huge net in front of him. Oh, man. Poor Bob. He's so fun to pick on.
I can't believe he's still throwing batting practice yet for these guys. So, when they get into the Legion season coming up, for the high school season too before. Yeah, scooting out of the way on that one is Krieger. Just got did you get the invite for graduation party?
I did.
Over there, so him and his
2-in-1
twin sister.
2-in-1 shot, you bet.
Yeah. Still want to see that race with those two. This one's going to get past the catcher again. Another runner advancing over now to third base with Redeker standing over there. So, Solono not exactly on his game as I'm sure he usually is. 3-2 the count.
That's huge because just something elevated, the long fly ball here, and Waupun will be able to put another run on the board with Redeker standing at third.
Big cut on the next pitch in from Jake. He's trying to elevate one right out of here with that swing. Fouls it, keeps the count at 3-2.
Yeah, that's what you'd like to do in this situation, just get something up in the air. Redeker would be able to tag from third. And
okay, here comes another 3-2 pitch for Grosolono, and Jake Krieger at the plate. That's going to miss inside. Runners at the corners now for Waupun. Nice battle at the plate for Jake Krieger. Still no outs on the board, and that will bring up Mr. Buchholz is coming up now for Waupun as he came in the ball game to replace Graham Gopal, and Jonas Buchholz at the plate. Catcher signaling out to the Players out on the field, what they plan to do in case the guys takes off from first. Here we go. Big chance for Waupun. Nobody out yet, and runners at the corners. Michael showing bunt, offers, misses, strike one.
Tough ball to bunt right there, right in on his hands. Yeah, if you're joining us late, Graham Gopal took one to the midsection, hard hit ball off the turf and stayed in the game then, but came out in between innings.
Not showing bunt on that one at all, and that misses high and inside. Makes the count now 1-1. See if Waupun can make it happen. They've been getting a lot of hits off the bottom of the order. Some of these games they've been playing lately, getting a lot of production from that, more so than the top of the order. Now they got a little rundown between first and second. Waupun playing kind of that same game, and we're still get a score and get an easy out at home plate. The runner does go to second base, but getting thrown out at home plate is Brennan Redeker. Perfectly executed play there by Kewaskum to get that out. So it's a first out for Waupun, but they still did get their runner at least to second. Nothing else.
Yeah, still scoring position here. Waupun can get one in the grass. Literally in the grass when you play here, right? Everything is turf until you get to the outfield area.
Jonas a little late on that one, but still forcing Grisolona to throw another one to try to retire him. With one down, runner at second base, one run in, 1-0 Waupun, bottom of the second inning. Next pitch into Buckhouse is going to miss outside. Good battle up here by Jonas against a very good pitcher, Kingston Grisolona.
Grisolona is getting his pitch count up a little bit too, if nothing else.
A couple of batters making him work. 2-2 pitch. That one's going to be a called strike three. Buckhouse, no offer on that one. That's the second strikeout of the ball game for Grisolona. And that'll bring up Trey Schmidt, center fielder for Waupun, number 8 in the overall batting order for the Warriors.
Trey having a nice season. Not the biggest guy. I'll tell you what, he's got a little pop in his bat.
He's had some big moments.
He can hit balls in gaps. Outfield's kind of creeping in. I don't think he can do it.
The other guy that's been getting some key hits at key times is waiting on deck with Landon Dirksen. He's a pretty good job finding his way on base, especially when you need those hits.
Schmidt hitting .262 on the season.
A little meeting with the shortstop. Wanted to talk to his pitcher and the catcher's coming out too. But 2-0 the count now for Trey Schmidt. Yeah, see if Waupun can still take advantage. You want to get greedy here and get another one across the plate right now. A 1-0 ball game here at the Gus.
Quick moving game that has slowed to a snail's pace here in the second inning.
Yeah, Grisolona was, like you said, he's been working pretty fast now. He's taking his time, keeping an eye on that runner at second base. Two and one the count now to Trey Schmidt. That one is going to catch the outside part of the plate, puts the count now at 2-2. No offer on that one from Schmidt. It's going to be as high and tight. 3-2 the count. So again, another bunch of pitches working against number 8 in the batting order, Trey Schmidt for Grisolona. Swung on. It's going to be fouled and out of play over on the first base side.
Another long at-bat, extended at-bat. Force Grisolano to throw extra pitches.
A big moment here, a 3-2 pitch, 2 down, and that one is hit towards second base, slow hit over to Stoffel, picks it up, throws to first, and Waupun does come up with a run on a couple hits, one walk. They do strand a batter, and Waupun leads this game now after 2, 1-0. Back with the top of inning number 3 coming your way right after this on Radio Plus Sports.
Shepherd of the Hills Catholic School in Eden is a faith-centered community that carries on the tradition of outstanding Catholic education. It's closer than you think. Students grow academically, spiritually, and emotionally, all in a Christ-centered environment. Log on soth-school.org and like us on Facebook.
Hi, it's Dr. Randy with New Medical Center. Are you struggling with your weight? Tired of diets that just make you hungry? Maybe it's time to try something new. By now, most of you have heard about semaglutide and tirzepatide, the amazing new weight loss drugs that are sweeping across the country and helping thousands of people just like you successfully lose unwanted pounds. Well, wait no more. NewMed Integrated Healthcare has got you covered. Don't be fooled by expensive online plans with no direct medical supervision. New Medical Center's program is affordable and provides you with all the personalized support you need to succeed. Get started now and eliminate your cravings, decrease your appetite, and start losing those pounds. Take it from me, it's easier than you think. How do I know? Because I lost 50 pounds last year using this very program.
Okay, we are back at the Gus, top of the 3rd inning, and up to the plate, top of the order now. Liam Stoffel up to bat. Went down looking, strikeout victim back in the 1st inning. Randy Reichert will be on deck, and Austin Reichel, I should say Kingston Grisolono, is in the hole right now for the Kewaskum. It's going to sweep away from that left-handed hitter outside. Count is now 1-1.
Grisolono was at 42 pitches after 2 innings, so Waupun, as we said, doing a good job working the count, working deep into the counts.
Going right at him with that pitch, but fouls it off. 1-2 the count.
What a beautiful day.
That's great.
Only a few puffy clouds here and there, but mostly to the east where we were looking, blue skies.
This is high on the next one. Waupun takes on Lakeside Lutheran coming up on Thursday at Lakeside Lutheran. That'll be one of the teams in their conference.
Yes.
Right? When they for next year when they play in the new conference starting next year, Columbus and Lake Mills. And that one is going to diving stop there, but not in time. Just a perfectly kind of placed ball deep in that hole over between first and second base, giving a chance at it. Landon Richter stopped it, but just kind of got in an awkward position, couldn't get the ball, and runner safe at first.
Excellent job by Chase Beam to hustle down, back that up, as they should, but sometimes catchers don't do that. Allows someone to get an extra base.
Remember the years with Luke Marowitz when he was the catcher. He'd usually beat the runner heading up the first baseline to first base to back up that throw over there. It was one of the faster catchers you're going to see out there with Luke Marowitz the catcher. No offer on that one from Riker to call it strike. Count is now 0-1.
Yeah, we knew he was fast when we watched him play football. Running back, he could fly.
That was fun. Those are some fun years, and you have a very good football team. That was magical stuff. Yeah, he's a very good wrestler. He's everything. 3-sport athlete. He had Williams was in the backfield, the other wing back for him, and then you had big Matt Pollock as your fullback. And
that was some pretty talented guys, you bet.
Oof, that one misses badly on that pitch, and. That's on the pitcher on that one, so runner easily gets over to second base. Yeah, those are fun games. Those are fun. I tell you, I love my basketball. I love volleyball. When you got a good football team in town, nothing fills it up and gets more people out to watch a game than a football game. And they'll be too deep around the football field like they were during the few years, and that was a magical time.
Well, you mentioned Lemira earlier. That's
when that one. It bounces, so a couple of bad pitches in a row here from Logan Prawl.
You mentioned Lemira and their athletics and how good they're doing now in multiple sports, but the football What did we have when we were calling some of those football games? Like 4,000 viewers?
Yeah, it was
on our Radio Plus Sports.
Yeah, it was
amazing.
crazy.
Yeah, it was amazing.
This is popped in the air over on the first base side in foul territory. Jake Krieger hauls it in for an out. Runner stays at second base. Yeah, I remember that football game. Campbellsport hosted Mayville in that game, and I got to call that before, like a week before and a few days before I was going to head to Florida. But I think our viewership in that one was, up 1,500, 2,000 people or something while the game's going on. It was just nuts. Plus, the game itself was so well attended. It was just packed there.
Yeah, football, it brings out different levels of community, different people, blue-collar guys, and, you got linemen, you got skill guys. They all blend together to form that nice team. Good pitch right there.
Right on the inside part of the plate. No offer from Grisolano. And he felt a little bit of definitely a trend with our football team of heading in the right direction last year, and I'm pretty excited about that. We're definitely committed to bring you all the Waupun Warrior football games coming up next year. In that South Central Conference. Boy, that one just got away again, sails away and back to the backstop, allowing the runner to get over to third base now.
Stoffel at third, 1 out. Again, situation where a ball that's lifted with any distance can score a run.
All right, now with those pitches that got away with Logan, something that gets back to the backstop too. 1-1 the count on Grisolano. And that is a sharply hit ball out to right field between first and second base, and an RBI single by Grisolano.
There's a reason he's leading that team in batting average. And
look at the ball that was at the third base too to Graham Gopal, and just a rocket right at him, and all he could do is just get in the way. But yeah, he's just a nice athlete.
We're going to have a courtesy runner for Kingston. Whoever it is didn't get the memo because he's a little late coming out.
You want me to do what?
Number 8.
Devin Burnt coming out now. And said they usually have him out there running. He does lead the team in stolen bases, Grisolano, so he's usually out on the base paths. But
well, he went into second that last time he was on base. Hard, remember, he came up a little slow. Maybe coach decided to be a little cautious here.
Huge game in the East Central Conference, all tied now at 1 apiece. That runner coming in. Swing and a miss by Austin Reichel. He struck out back in the first inning. And Waupun with a couple of big games against KML coming up next week. There's a going bunt attempt, foul back. It makes the count now 0-2 to Reichel.
Baseball and softball, they're those type of sports that it's tough to go. In basketball, you can win a lot of games. Football, if you're a powerhouse, you can win games. Even if you're really, really good in baseball, it's hard to go undefeated or near that. There's just too many variables in a game.
Goes right at him on that one. That one off the bat, but in the glove of Beam for out number 2.
Excellent job by Chase Beam to hang on to that.
And that will bring up Everett Donath, their designated hitter. 1-1 ball game here at the Gus in Waupun. Stephen Randy with you, Big Nate Young, our producer here today, running the camera.
Logan Prawl with 6 strikeouts in this game.
Called strike. He would be bringing it back in the strike zone. That was a strike. Nice job. 0-1 the count now to Donath with Levi Whitfield waiting on deck. That was swung on and fouled back right at us. 0-2 the count.
Big Nate was going to grab that one. I saw his hands go up.
He was hiding behind Bobby. I'm going to hide behind the catcher. The old former catcher. They've got that cat-like reflexes. Bob's still getting heckled by the new generations. 0-2 the count now to Donath. That runner at first, 1 run in. One's going to stay high. And puts the count now at 1-2.
It's a good pitch to stay high because if you leave that over the middle, that's going to get crushed.
Nothing on it.
Hanging in the air forever.
6 strikeouts in the ballgame so far for Logan Prawl. One's going to stay low. Puts the count now at 2-2.
And once again, excellent job by Beam to frame pitches. He's become so much better as a receiver than he was in his early days, and still only a junior.
The 2-2 pitch swung on and fouled out of play over on the first base side. Keeps the count now at 2-2. So where are your games coming up here, Randy? A lot of times you can't get together because you're officiating.
I'm in Horicon tomorrow. I actually have a game, a doubleheader on Wednesday, which is a makeup from last week.
And that is hit out to a short right field. That's going to drop in. Runner's going to try to get over to third. Here goes the throw to third. And, bobbled by Buckhouse, and safe is the runner who was dead in the water. Runner's now sitting at second and third base, and the runner over at third still down yet, but slowly getting up.
Waupun has had opportunities to get outs on the pads and not able to handle balls cleanly.
Kind of holding his mouth, his lips a few times checking that, the runner. But now Travis Hull's going to make a trip out to the pitcher's mound. And let's take a break, Nate. Right now the runner's at second and third, 1-1 ball game. Top of the third, back after this on Radio Plus Sports.
Hi, this is Jackie with All Phase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal, serving Dodge, Fond du Lac, Marquette, and Green Lake counties. Don't chance it and find yourself asking, where's the heat? Get on our furnace maintenance plan now to prevent a furnace malfunction or a heating headache. Need a brand new American Standard furnace? We do that too. Call 920-763-2301, allphasecomforts.com.
Okay, we are back again. Discussion at the pitcher's mound with Coach Travis Hull, but heading back out. Waupun had that third out over there. A good throw over there to get that runner. Had him by a full step. Mishandled ball. Puts runners now at second and third base. And now Kewaskum is threatening here in the top of the third inning. That brings up Levi Whitfield. He struck out back in the second inning.
Oh, boy.
And that is it down the line on the right field side, but misses. Strike one.
You're able to lean back and look out the side window, and you can see those balls deep into the right field corner.
Yeah, that's my only. But sometimes you lose them. Like, where is it? Where is it?
Okay, here we go. This
We
is
can
a
get it
big,
done.
another big pitch here.
Way too many base runners in this ball game.
Yes.
They stranded 3 going into this inning, and now they got runners at second and third. Hey, that one would have landed in. That's the easy 2 runs coming in for Kewaskum. This is on the next pitch. Puts the count now at 1-1. Sam Syriak's waiting on deck, and hopefully Waupun does not see him until inning number 4. 1-1 pitch now for Prawl. That is a called strike. Puts the count at 1-2. Here we go. Shut the door right now at Kewaskum. Yeah, pretty good contingent. You're watching the game on Parents' Night here at Waupun's Gus, Gerald E. Thompson Field, and a pretty good contingent that made the trip from Kewaskum, cheering on their Indians.
Well, shows you where they're at in the seasons they're having. Waupun ranked number 2 in the state now by the Baseball Coaches Association. That was after the loss.
One's down in the dirt. Yeah, thanks for Bob for bringing some of that the stats over here. One of those was the rankings, and who was ahead of Waupun again on that? Pewaukee.
Yeah.
They're good at everything over there, aren't they? Pewaukee, girls, boys basketball. Well, they had some good football over there, too. It's a 2-2 pitch. That's poked over towards second base. That is picked up cleanly by Richter. Throws. Well, now what happened over at first, right? Explain that.
Threw it wide up the right field line. Krieger not able to glove it and hold the bag.
And with runners going, a couple runs across the plate with that, which should have been a easy out at first base and ended the inning.
I would say that's got to be the error on Richter, I would think. It would have been a tough play for Krieger as the ball went wide towards the right field outfield.
Wow, Waupun should have been the last out. Now they're trailing by 2, 3-1, in a very important game in the East Central Conference. You don't want to drop this one, especially with a couple of games against KML coming up next week.
Yeah, you can't give 5 outs, and that's exactly what Wapun's doing here. They've had opportunities to make outs and just haven't been able to do so.
It brings up Sam Syriacs, and that's not easy on a pitcher when you got to pitch more,
right.
Keep on pitching when you should have been out of an inning. He's been showing a little bit of control issues here and there on the pitching by Logan. Now having to pitch more pitches.
Yeah, you end up with 15 or 18 more pitches in this inning.
That's going to miss high. 3-0 the count now to Logan Prawl.
I did look at that baseball coaches ranking, and Waupun came out as number 2 in the state, and that was after they lost to Kewaskum, so it wasn't before that loss. That was when they were 15-2.
Yeah. Well, 4 straight balls thrown by Logan Prawl puts runners now at first and second base. Second walk of the ball game for Logan. And that will bring up Carter Unger, number 8 in their batting order. Went down looking, strikeout, picked him back in the second inning.
I think we have a sub. This is number 22.
Yep, Carter Unger.
Okay.
No sub. It's a scheduled
right.
batter.
Yep, you're right. Yep. My mistake.
And Tyler Denso waiting on deck. And another one misses the strike zone, puts the count at 1-0. Waupun, little trouble right now. Logan Prawl, a few control issues and some bad defensive plays behind him doesn't help things either. There's a strike. Count is 1-1, taking all the way. It was Unger on that one.
Logan, sometimes you have to battle through those things. Things aren't always going your way. Defense is not getting it done behind you. And
looked just a little lower than the last pitch and misses. Count is now 2-1.
Beam wasn't able to stick that one either. Ball rolls away from him.
2-1 the count with runners at first and second base and 3 runs in. Hard hit ball, but pulled foul down the left field line. To the little bullpen out there for Waupun.
I believe that's Emmett Hull that's in the pen right now warming up.
It is. And Beam's going to take a little walk again, maybe trying to buy some time with the Emmett warming up right now. Yeah, plus they're getting the ball in from the bullpen.
Emmett, the kid with the shoulder injury, but it's his non-throwing arm, and he's going to, from what I was told, he's going to have it repaired, but he's going to wait until after the baseball season is over.
Yeah, tough decisions. Hate to see that with the kids having to make decisions like that. You've seen a few of the situations, and they wanted to get that season-ending surgery, and it was going to miss outside. 3-2 the count now to Carter Unger. Still 2 outs on the board. It's been that way for a while. With 3 runs in, Waupun trailing 3-1 at top of the third inning. That's going to miss. Bases are now loaded. Back-to-back walks. Now for Logan Prawl. Bases are jammed here at Waupun, and coming up to bat is Tyler Denso. He's the strikeout victim back in the second inning, and looks like Waupun's going to be making that pitching change right now. We're going to take a break, come back with more baseball here. Continuation of the top of the third inning after this on Radio Plus Sports.
Did you know that Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake offers Kasasa Rewards checking accounts? All Kasasa Rewards accounts include refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. When you meet the monthly qualification criteria, there's no monthly maintenance fee and no minimum balance requirement. Best of all, you get rewarded for things you probably do anyway, such as using your debit card and setting up a direct deposit. Discover the benefits of opening a Kasasa Rewards checking account at Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake.
Planning to build? You need Pinot. Whether it's a new home, remodel, or commercial project, you need a committed team that's dedicated to bringing your vision to reality. You need Pinot. After all, they've been doing it almost 50 years. To start your next project, go to rapinot.com. Check out their virtual design tool and turn your idea into action. That's rapinot.com and learn about the Pinot difference. Pinot. Build better for future generations.
Thank you for your continued support over the past 50 years. At Verhaeg's Furniture, we're honored to be voted by you to be one of the best mattress stores in the Fond du Lac area for 2024.
Our mission is to bring the finest in style, comfort, and quality to the Waupun area.
We've teamed up with amazing brands like Ashley, Lazy Boy, Bestcraft, Marshfield, Best Home Furnishings, Mega Motion to offer you the best selection around.
Free delivery to Waupun and the surrounding area. See store for details.
Make your home a place you truly love with Verhaeg's Furniture Mart.
A reminder for everyone that Ben's Automotive is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. and on Saturdays by appointment only. Keeping your vehicle in tip-top running condition is essential. Call 324-9962 for Ben's Automotive. Get the quality repair and maintenance services you need from the automotive technicians you can trust. Ben's Automotive at the corner of Carrington and Main Streets in beautiful downtown Waupun. Call 920-324-9962 to schedule your service or repair needs today.
Okay, we are back, and Emmett Hull comes into the ball game. A rough stretch there for Logan Prawl, not all his fault, with some errors behind him defensively, which just extended that inning. They should have been done well before it, but now he's out of the ball game as far as pitching. Is he out anywhere on the field?
I think he's going to short now, and
okay.
And Ferris moved out to center field.
Okay. So Dixon's over right. A big shift out here. Dixon goes from left to right. Okay, so here we go. Emmett with that bad left arm, but his right arm's all right. Throws the first one down in the dirt into number 9 in the batting order, Tyler Denzel. Number 9, the 9th batter of the inning for Kewaskum. Catches the strike zone.
Emmett Hull, lanky right-hander, wiry guy.
And that was swung on and fouled back. Yeah, don't make us screw up our book here with a 10th batter in the inning. It's frowned upon, unless it's Waupun. Then I don't mind. But here we go. 1-2 the count to Tyler Denzel. Emmett Hull with the pitch, and one hopper back to him. Runs over towards first, flicks it over to Kriggs at first base, and Waupun gives up 3 runs in the inning on 3 hits. A strikeout, a couple balls, errors out there for Waupun, but now 3-1 after 2.5 innings. See if Waupun can respond in the bottom of the third inning. Coming your way right after this on Radio Plus Sports.
Say cheese. If you cringe when it's time to smile, come to Dentistry of Wisconsin in Beaver Dam and Waupun to make your grin big, bright, and beautiful. They can help with impactful solutions like implants, bridges, orthodontics like Sure Smile clear aligners. And if you're looking for simple smile enhancers, they offer tooth whitening and veneers. Give Dentistry of Wisconsin a call in Beaver Dam at 887-2112 or their Waupun office at 324-3881. You can also visit them online at dentistryofwisconsin.com.
You work hard to make sure your family has everything they need. Life insurance from American Family Life Insurance Company can help financially protect your loved ones by replacing a portion of your income if you were to pass away. That means your family will have the help they need to maintain their quality of life and pursue their dreams. Get the peace of mind you deserve by protecting what matters most.
Contact me, Agent Christine File, at 11 South Watertown Street in Waupun, or call 920-324-3488 today.
American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
American Family Insurance.
Okay, here we are. Waupun gives up way too many runs in that inning, giving up 3 runs, and now trail this game 3-1. And that'll bring up Landon Dirksen, who is now the right fielder for Waupun. Getting his first look at the plate from Kingston Grisolono. Misses on the first pitch, makes the count 1-0. He had quite a rest there from his last pitching. He was threw a lot of balls. What was he? Over 40 pitches already after 2 innings.
42 he was.
Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes that pitchers don't like to sit that long. Kind of cool off. You almost have to get yourself started again.
Next pitch misses high, puts the count now at 2-1.
Dirksen, believe it or not, is hitting .625 on the season.
Yeah. He's a baseball player, there's no doubt about it. 2-1 pitch, slow rollover towards first base, picked up by their first baseman, Carter Fell. Runs to first to get the out. So 1 up and 1 down. That'll bring up the top of the order, Brian Ferris, who now moved from shortstop out to center field for Waupun.
Dirksen limited at bats, but yeah, he definitely had his moments when he's had opportunities. All right, second time through the order here. Let's see if Ferris can get it going.
Called strike on the first pitch into Bryant. Popped out over to first base back in the first inning. Is anybody else coming with us over to the new conference, to the Badger Capital? What are we, Badger North, Capital North?
Capital.
Yeah, anybody, any other team from our conference? I don't think anybody
I don't think so. I do not believe there anybody else is moving into that.
Yeah. It was a 2-1 pitch. That's going to miss. Makes the count 3-1. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. All these years covering.
Everything's going to be south for Waupun, pretty much.
Yeah.
South or west.
Also, we're the far north team in the conference. 3-1 pitch, and that's a hard hit ball up at high in the air out towards left field, and that's going to get passed all the way out to the fence off the bat of Brian Ferris.
He's going for 3.
He's going for 3 right now. Here comes the relay, and easily safe at third base. 1-out triple off the bat of Brian Ferris. Put a charge in the ball. Wind blowing out that way, too, and left fielder couldn't get to it. Makes it out to the fence. 1-out triple off the bat of Bryant Ferris.
That ball was smoked.
Yeah, nice job, Bryant. Here we go.
Excellent wheels as well.
Well, he's always an aggressive guy. Whatever he does, it's aggressively and 110% every time.
Yeah, he is a spark plug. Perfect leadoff guy, even though sometimes he doesn't hit leadoff. He's valuable wherever he hits.
Brings up Landon Richter. Lays up the first one. Misses high. Ball 1. Big opportunity for Waupun. See if they can get a few runs on the board. String some hits together. Like you said, all these batters getting their second look at Grisolono. Next pitch misses low. Puts the count at 2-0. That's going to miss too. 3-0 the count. I want to thank our radio listeners out there too on 103.3 FM and also on AM 1170. Got quite a few people that listen on the radio. 3-0 the pitch for Grisolono, and that is a called strike. The next pitch in, 3-1.
Sometimes I'm a radio listener when you're calling games, and I'm driving back from a umpiring gig or possibly cutting my grass or something.
Swing and a miss on the next one. Yeah, I'd like that. You definitely heard a lot of people that said they wanted to get the radio, because we kind of stopped it there for a while. But Didn't realize the impact and how many radio people we had listening to yet.
Yeah, especially people sometimes are working evening shifts and they're able to put it on.
And stays alive in the next pitch in. Keeps the count 3-2 now to Landon.
Richter kind of adjusted his swing right there mid-swing to make sure he tried to follow one back, staying alive.
That runner at third base. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. And now that one's going to miss inside. And now runners at the corners for Waupun. Here we go. Nice battle at the plate there for Landon Richter. Gets himself on first. Any way to get there. And that'll bring up Logan Prawl, who's been swinging a hot bat. Good guy to have at the plate right now, coming up with an attitude after leaving the game with a 3-1 deficit.
Austin Reichel going out, making sure everybody's on the same page, calling the defensive set.
Throw over to first base, not in time.
Pretty tough to get much of a lead with a good lefty on the mound.
Landon, a good guy to have up there, or Logan, a good guy to have up at the plate now for Waupun. He lives for situations like this. Ooh, big cut on the next pitch in. So here we go. Big moment of the ball game here for Waupun, trying to answer those 3 runs that came in at the top of the third inning for Kewaskum. I'm trailing 3-1, but that runner at third base, runners at the corners for Waupun. Their throw to first base. Very vocal dugout Waupun's got. Usually have a few players every year and cheering their team on.
Grizzolono not afraid to throw over. Hopefully a ball getting away would be what Waupun would like.
1-1 the count now. He misses on the next one. Logan can put the charge in one right in the gap somewhere right now for the Warriors. He doesn't mind going up to right field. He's done that a few times that I've seen. Ooh.
Got one on the outside there.
Catcher, I think, brought that one in and got the call. Scoreboard says 1-3 is the count. So 1-2 is the count now for Logan. Chase Beam awaiting on deck with 2 down. Here it is. Oh, swing and a miss. And Logan Prawl goes down. Strikeout victim for the second time in the ball game now. That's the second out of the ball game for Waupun. And Chase Beam with an opportunity yet to try to get at least that run in from third base. See what Chase has got. In that single, and he scored back in the second inning.
Well, we know Chase is definitely capable of gapping a ball, hitting a ball out of here. Wind is pretty much blowing straight in towards home plate now.
This one misses inside. 1-0 count. Grizzolono still throwing a lot of balls here in the ball game so far. It's in the third inning.
He's had a few balls in the turf that have gotten away.
Looking for one of those right now, and that one is a little heat on that and makes it a 1-1 count.
A little extra on that. Knocked his hat off on that, jerking his head as he delivered that pitch.
They just do that to make us feel jealous. They get a full head of hair.
No kidding.
Swing and a miss on the next pitch in.
Waupun not able to catch up with that fastball. Balls they have connected on have gone the opposite way for the most part.
A big moment here for Waupun. Would love to get that run in at least from third base at the very least. Comes the 1-2 pitch, and staying alive as Beam fouls it back. Brennan Rudiker waiting on deck, hoping to get a swing here in this inning. We go 1-2 pitch again for Kingston Grizzolono. And takes some off of that way ahead of it. Swing and a miss by Beam. Nice pitch from Grizzolono to get a Beam out. Number 3 and 4 in the batting order go down with a couple strikeouts. Waupun strands a couple. And after 3 complete, Waupun trailing now 3-1 to Kewaskum. Top of the fourth coming your way in just 1 minute.
Good friend Steve with us here, the Other Bar, Main Street in downtown Waupun. Here we go. Big week here. Weather is flipping. Wine walk coming up this weekend, too.
Yeah, they keep teasing us about getting this patio set up, so we'll see how it goes the rest of the week. Wine walk this weekend, so obviously go down and support everybody downtown. We are going to be open for pizzas after 9 o'clock, not for any other food. So if you guys need to get something to eat after the wine walk stop down here, we'll go till 10-ish. We'll see how it goes. Only pizzas, so don't come in looking for anything other than that. That's all we're going to have.
All right, coming up here, of course, NBA playoffs rolling through it. Brewers, big series, couple of those coming up here.
Our favorite, the Cubs, are coming in, so come down and watch that. We've got Chinese Barrel Man on tap right now. Some that you only used to be able to get at Miller's Park. We're working on getting some glassware to do some specials with it, where you can buy a glass, take it home with you. Come down and check some of these beers out we got on tap. We flipped everything over to the summer-style beers, and there's some good stuff on now.
Steve with us here, the Other Bar, Main Street, Waupun. Have a good week, buddy. Thank you.
You too. Thanks, Nick.
Okay, we are back. Disappointing finish to that bottom of the third inning. Waupun had just a one out, runners at the corners, and a couple strikeouts ended Waupun's threat, and they trail in this game now 3-1. Emmett Hull still on the mound for Waupun, and Bob Spanbauer's got the list of where these other teams are going from the conference. So, Bob, why don't you kind of...
Berlin and Ripon are going to the South Central.
Yep.
Plymouth and Kewaskum to the North Shore. KML to the Metro Classic. And Winnicott to the Bay. I think that's all of them.
Okay, it's pretty getting scattered all over there from the conference. Just ends the conference like the Little Ten got just kind of dissolved. And the same thing happening to the East Central Conference.
As we said, so Waupun will be going mostly south and west.
Again, Emmett Hull on the mound for Waupun, and starting things out is top of the order with Liam Stoffel at the plate. Spelled just like Stoffel. And sharply hit ball right into the glove. Nice backhanded stop there. A catch by Waupun's Jake Krieger for out number one. Well struck ball, but Krieger right there to haul it in.
It's not easy this time of day either with that sun straight in your eyes.
Yeah, those shadows are pretty long right now. So Andy Reichert coming up. He's singled back in the first. Popped out to first base in the third inning. Called strike on the first pitch into him.
Good sweeping curveball from Hull on that pitch.
And just kind of poked up to the middle, and that's picked up by Prawl, and not in time. Good wheels up the line there by Andy Reichert. Little pat of the glove by Prawl, but ends up just a little late on that throw to first base. It's one field a hit there by Reichert, and Kingston Grisolono coming up to the plate. With that air hard hit ball over at Graham Gopal, and it ended up knocking him out of the ball game eventually, and then got himself a single his last at bat, scored as an RBI single for him in the third inning.
You know, we gotta just hope that Graham is okay, and it's just a temporary situation. As you said, he took a shot, just smoked and skidded off this turf. People say the ball sometimes picks up speed. I don't know if that's physically possible, but they certainly seem like they do.
Just it doesn't slow down as much as it does on the dirt. That's probably appears to go faster, but it's just that it doesn't. Sometimes it makes it kind of go slow, low, stays low, and those hot choppers seem to bounce a little higher.
Exiting the bat at 90, and after the one skip bounce, it's still at 90 or 89, yes.
1-1 the count now to Kingston Grisolono. Misses well off the plate away from the left-handed hitting Grisolono. Puts the count now at 1-1. Here we go, 3-1 ball game. Boy, can shut the door on the Kewaskum in the inning and get the bats back in their hand in the bottom of the fourth inning. Swings in the next one and fouls it back and out of play.
Yeah, he does have bat speed, doesn't he? He rips that bat through the zone. See why he's one of the top players in the conference, not only as a pitcher but as a hitter.
And he's only a sophomore. Is the other thing with him.
Yeah, these young players, they play so much more ball. They get on these travel teams and club teams. They're playing game after game at a young age, 12, 14 years old, and they're more seasoned when they come into high school than they were a few decades ago.
Comes a 3-2 pitch, and that one is swung on and popped out of play over on the left field side. I've been having to work here to try to get this second out, and a guy that has not been retired in the ball game yet.
Yeah, once again, thanks for joining us. 103.3, 93.7, AM 1170.
Yeah, if you have any Fond du Lac area people, get a few over in that direction. 3-2 pitch again for Emmett Hull. Another one fouled back into the netting. Runner heads back to first base.
I know our AM station during daylight hours carries, I'm almost certain you'd be able to listen to this in the Kewaskum area.
Oh, yeah.
It goes easily that far.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely getting out there.
I can listen to you on a Saturday morning all the way down to Madison almost before it dumps out. So
there is a signal, though, for one of the stations over towards Milwaukee that we have. We've run into an AM 1170 in that direction towards Milwaukee. But I know you can pick it up almost to Green Bay. Remember I explained that to you, what happens with the signals, for why AM can skip off the atmosphere. Remember the name of the atmosphere?
I remember you telling me, but I don't remember the details whatsoever.
Didn't even take notes on it.
No.
I went to broadcasting school. That was a bit of useless information, but
you never know. It might come up on a trivia contest someday, and you'll know the answer.
They say it's a Keneally Heavicide. I just made that up 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
No, that's actually what they told us. But when I was a kid, didn't know that I was going to be in radio later on in life. But I used to listen to stations out of Nashville, out of Pennsylvania. You hear some of the big super stations that they had. Chicago stations came in clear.
WLS out of Chicago.
Yeah, WLUP, the Loop over there. That's another 3-2 pitch for Emmett, and that one's going to miss inside. And what a battle! And it's won by Grisolona. Gets walked eventually again. Kept himself alive on a few pitches to finally see ball 4. And that'll bring up Austin Reichel to the plate, catcher.
I do know what WLS stands for.
I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Off the Sears, top of the Sears building, world's largest store.
Yeah, that's right.
Probably not any longer, but at that time, yeah, world's largest store, Sears Tower in Chicago.
Yeah, we toured that when I was in broadcasting school in Wausau. We made a little field trip down there. We went through WLS, and we saw, who did we see? Little Tommy Edwards came out and talked to us, and I can't think of Larry Lujak was the other guy.
I remember those names from my youth.
I thought he's going to talk to us, and then he comes through there, doesn't stop, doesn't even look at us, just walks in and goes, "Hi, boys and girls," and goes out the other door. I thought, hey, nice. I learned a lot from that. But it was pretty cool to see that stuff. And then we got to tour. So the one thing with Bright, it was only a 9-month school, but I got to go over to Minneapolis too, and go through KSTP over there. And it was some pretty good field trips you had with that Trans-American School of Broadcasting.
Back here to the game.
Yeah,
on 1 out, runners on first and second for Kewaskum. A little bit of trouble again.
Here we go, first and second. They've got runners on every inning, and Pond's been struggling here defensively, and finally getting lucky in that third inning with those 3 runs coming in. 2-0 pitch. That's going to miss well outside, well high. 3-0 the count now to Reichel.
As a pitcher, Emmett Hull is on the mound for Waupun now. I mean, what you're thinking here is get yourself a ground ball, one pitch, and you could be out of this inning.
Comes a 3-0 pitch, and that's going to miss high. 4 straight balls thrown to Austin Reichel. Back-to-back walks, now loads the bases with 1 down. And another trip out to the mound here for Waupun's Travis Hull. We'll take another timeout. Back after this on Radio Plus Sports.
We make you feel at home and auto sales. Great selection and a price that's low. You'll find friendly smiles and a warm hello every time. We make you feel at home and auto sales. Every time we make you feel at home and auto sales.
Home and Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of high school sports.
Okay, we are back after that meeting on the mound. Coach Hull back in. His son Emmett on the mound right now for Waupun. A couple back-to-back walks here, loading up the bases. Scary moments again, only one down. You got number 5 in the batting order, Everett Donath, coming up. He's 2 for 2 in the ball game.
Nowhere to put him.
No.
Nowhere to put him. Emmett's struggled a bit to find the strike zone.
This is the 1-1 pitch from Emmett Hull. That's going to miss high and tight. Count is now 2-1.
Yeah, you might have to take a little off, and hopefully he hits the ball right at someone.
2-1 pitch. One hopper right back to Emmett. They throw over to second base, go to first, and does he get pulled off?
That's what they're asking.
Oh, and they're going to say safe. Oh, no, and that would have prevented that run from coming in, but now the run does count as the throw was just a little off the mark, and Krieger did his best to try to stretch out as much as he can and trying to argue the point with the ultimately with the home plate umpire that had probably the best view of getting pulled off the base.
Krieger's saying he held it, but yeah, Emmett should have came home there. Should have went 4-1 on the double play attempt. Ball right back there. You got to go home with it. Bases loaded. If you don't get it, then you're.
Okay, now run does come in and makes it a 4-1 ball game. Runners at the corners for Kewaskum. And 2 down. And that'll bring up Levi Whitfield up to bat. Strike.
Waupun's had defensive troubles tonight.
Yeah, they have.
They play good defense, and this game is 1-1 or 1-0 in favor of Waupun.
They had them down for six errors in that last ball game. I don't know if that was the correct thing on there or not, but so that shows it's. Yeah, that's correct. Wow, 6 errors. So that's Waupun having that's definitely an issue right now because of the errors in this game. 6 errors the last game that they actually won 5-2.
Yeah, right there. You know, I mean, Emmett came into the game. Bases are loaded. He has to know that ball's got to go to the plate if it's hit right back to him. And
ooh, that went right off the helmet of Whitfield as he tries to duck to get out of the way, and that'll load up the bases now for Kewaskum. Okay. Pond's still not out of trouble here, and that's what happened last inning, too, with 2 down. All the bad stuff kind of happened after that. And that'll bring up Sam Syriacs. He's been walked a couple times in the ball game. His 3rd at bat of the game. Fastball's going to miss high for ball 1.
As we talked about earlier in our broadcast, Waupun, the number 2 ranked team in the state, Division II, and it's going to be at risk of going down if they don't start playing a little better baseball.
It's going to miss high and inside, 2-0 the count. And bringing you the game from the National Exchange Bank and Trust broadcast booth, straight behind home plate.
I think Waupun came into the preseason ranking of number 12 in the coaches' poll and moved themselves up to the number 2 slot.
2-1 the count. Goes to that same spot again with the fastball. Keeps it up kind of high, and a swing and a miss again by Syriacs. Count is now 2-2.
Syriacs with 2 walks and stranded on base both times.
That one is swung on and fouled back. Keeps the count now at 2-2. Bases are loaded for Kewaskum. 1 run into the inning. They trail now. Waupun trailing 4-1.
A lot of time left yet. Waupun will have their opportunities to try and put some runs on the board.
High and tight on the next pitch now. Puts the count at 3-2. Another big pitch here for Emmett Hull. Runners going on this, and a swung on and fouled. Backing out of play. Slow moving game now. It started out so fast. Everything was going nice and quick.
Double play ball in that first inning to get out of trouble. And
runners again going, and this one is pulled foul and out of play over on the left field side. I said bad here for Syriacs. Making Emmett Hull pitch a few more pitches.
There's been a lot of long at-bats in this game by both teams. You know, working the count, fouling a lot of balls off. 3-2 count, runners are going, but time was called.
Here we go, another 3-2 pitch for Emmett Hull. Bases loaded, runners going, and that is strike 3 going down looking. Big call on that one, and Syriacs is retired, struck out for the first time in the ball game. But not before a run comes in. They strand 3 that inning, and after 3.5 innings, Waupun now trailing 4-1. Back with the bottom of the 4th after this on Radio Plus Sports.
It's time to take control of your soil management. Turn to the Great Plains TerraMax, a versatile hybrid tillage solution offering variable intensity tillage for a variety of fall and spring field conditions. Create the ideal seedbed with a high-quality finish, level soils and remove ruts, and eliminate resistant weeds, all with one tool. Tillage is now on your terms with TerraMax. Visit Waupun Equipment Company today to learn more about hybrid tillage from Great Plains. TerraMax, for tillage on your terms.
If you're looking for someone to take care of your tree needs, call Eli at Torres Tree Service of Waupun. Eli and his team can remove trees big or small, even those hard-to-get trees. They do tree trimming and stump grinding, and the job's not done until they put topsoil and seed where the tree was removed, clean up the debris, and haul it away. Join the many satisfied customers by calling Torres Tree Service in Waupun at 920-334-5887. That's 920-344-5887 for Torres Tree Service of Waupun.
Hi, this is Jackie with All Phase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal, serving Dodge, Fond du Lac, Marquette, and Green Lake counties. Don't chance it and find yourself asking, where's the heat? Get on our furnace maintenance plan now to prevent a furnace malfunction or a heating headache. Need a brand new American Standard furnace? We do that too. Call 920-763-2301. All Phase.
Okay, here we go. We are back at the Gus. Let's see if they can something going here in the bottom half of inning number 4, starting with Brendan Redeker. Jake Krieger waiting on deck, and Jonas Buckholz. He is the player in the hole right now for Waupun. Strike 1 of the first pitch in. Strike 2 in the next pitch. Swing and a miss from Redeker.
Redeker has that RBI, that well-hit ball to right field for a double.
Big cut on that one off the bat, but into the glove of Austin Reichel. So a strikeout to start the bottom half of inning number 4, and that'll bring up Jake Krieger. Jake got on with a walk back in the second inning. That's well outside.
Tell you what, 4-1, but this game could be a lot worse. Kewaskum has stranded 9 base runners in this game.
That's huge.
Is maybe the best fastball of the night there. That thing was in on Krieger and hard. Kingston Grizzolono.
This one stays high. Count is now 2-1. With one down, nobody on for Waupun. 4-1. Their deficit right now in your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. Right down Main Street, a called strike. Count is 2-2.
Yeah, sun shining, light winds. Very nice day for. Yeah, that's
called strike 3. No offer from Krieger. Goes down looking. So 2 batters, 2 strikeouts, and that'll bring up Jonas Buckholz to the plate. It is 6 strikeouts in the ball game now for Kingston Grissolono. Jonas coming to the game early in the ball game with Graham Gopalin. And knocked out of the game that ball that hit hard at him and put him down, and then eventually out of the game back early in the game. Lone inside, and the next pitch to Buckholz. Scoots out of the way. Constance now sitting at 1-1. That one's going to miss. Count is now 2-1.
This game is only halfway through, Steve.
Yeah, Bob reminded us of that.
Seems like we've been here a while.
What?
Plenty of time for Waupun to rally back.
2-2 the count now to Buckholz.
Like Waupun's chances a lot better if they can chase the Indians starting pitcher off the mound here for pitch count.
And watching strike 3 go by. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts, 2 going down looking for Waupun. And they go down with a whimper here in the bottom of the 4th inning after 4 complete. Waupun trailing 4-1, top of the 5th, coming your way right after this on Radio Plus Sports.
Shepherd of the Hills Catholic School in Eden is a faith-centered community that carries on the tradition of outstanding Catholic education. It's closer than you think. Students grow academically, spiritually, and emotionally, all in a Christ-centered environment. Log on soth-school.org and like us on Facebook.
Did you know that Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake offers Kasasa Rewards checking accounts? All Kasasa Rewards accounts include refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. When you meet the monthly qualification criteria, there's no monthly maintenance fee and no minimum balance requirement. Best of all, you get rewarded for things you probably do anyway, such as using your debit card and setting up a direct deposit. Discover the benefits of opening a Kasasa Rewards checking account at Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake.
Okay, got a change in the ball game. A new PA announcer steps into the game for us right here. So Scotty Van Galen had to head out. Lucas Bresser steps in as the announcer for us here for the remainder of the game, as he should go down injured. Doesn't want the same injury that Mr. Gopalin got. And this one is hit hard out to left field. It's going to get past the left fielder. Schmidt's going to chase it all the way to the warning track and heading over to second base, a leadoff double off the bat of Carter Unger.
Unger doubles into left, now batting number 9.
Tyler Denso coming up to bat now for Kewaskum.
Scotty Van Galen was here so long he needed to go eat. He was hungry.
Yeah, ain't really nothing going on, but I am hungry.
I am hungry. I gotta go eat.
And getting hangry.
That might have been one of the better hits that Kewaskum has actually had in this game.
Yeah, that one's right on the button.
Yeah, line drive.
Okay, so number 9 in the batting order, Tyler Densau was up, struck out, grounded up back to the pitcher. Number 9 in the batting order. We're all for Kewaskum. Yeah, that'll be weird now making that trip to some of these locations out to Kewaskum and the places we usually get to with Campbellsport. Been doing that for years, and
that's right.
Plymouth, making that trip all the way out to almost to Lake Michigan to get out there to call a game.
That was such a better trip with the
they just changed
the
bypass.
highway. I know,
Like,
they fixed
like-
that all up for us.
Like 2 years ago, they finally got it. And then Beam. It's Nailed with the ball. And the umpire doing what you're supposed to do, head out to the mound and sweep off the rubber out there. Is that what he's going to do? A little talk out there. Yeah, he's doing the thing to waste a little time and a little understanding between a catcher and a home plate umpire.
Well, that's showing respect and you work as a team. You know, as an umpire, you kind of count on those guys to save you from getting beat up. And
yeah. Every pitch coming in is they're saving you from getting hit by the ball. Once in a while, you do get hit, and then that's when they take that little walk and talk to their pitcher a little bit during that time when you're trying to shake off a ball that nails you after a pitch. And
the foul balls are not as bad. It's just once in a while the catcher will get crossed up, or they're just not good enough to handle a really good pitcher, and you get the ones that just go straight through and they just drill you.
You had one like that? I know you've had some real bad ones in the past.
I've had a couple. I had one really bad one time, and a kid that just wasn't the ability to catch a guy that was throwing mid-80s, and went straight through, get you in the neck area. And
next pitch is going to miss high. Yeah, that's what I said. I never wanted to do that. Never tried being a catcher, and didn't want to be an umpire, especially behind home plate as an adult. So.
Yeah, I want to jinx
spot.
myself, but I've been staying clean this entire season for the most part. You get a few shots.
This one is drilled out towards center field, and a nice job by Brian Ferris coming in and skidding there and catching it cleanly, throwing in and getting a nice catch out there. It's not easy getting those balls, low line drivers right out at you in center field.
Ferris getting rid of it quickly off the mark, but he hoping for a chance to double off Unger.
So Liam Stoffel coming up. He struck out, singled, lined out over to first base so far in the ball game. This is his fourth at bat. Fastball's going to miss high. And Waupun can't get a clean inning where they just, a little 1-2-3 inning. Haven't done it yet in this ball game. What are they up to now for stranded base runners? Was it 9 that you had before? 9
for Kewaskum.
This is hit out towards left field. Schmidt over near the left field line hauls it in for the out. Runners stay where they're at first and second.
Almost overran that ball. Had to reach back.
I mean, just at second, I should say. Yeah. And Andy Reichert up, the left fielder. Had a couple singles. He's 2 for 3 in the game so far. He scored once, got stranded at third base once. A dangerous batter at the plate for Kewaskum. And you got Grisolono sitting on deck, and he hasn't been retired yet in the ball game. Hit the ball hard a couple times, had a long at bat, his last at bat back in the fourth, and got himself on with a walk.
He's the one that smoked the ball the opposite way at Gopal, and
yeah,
kind of knocked him out of this game.
And tight in the next pitch, puts the count at 1-1. 2 down, 4-1 ball game. Kewaskum leading in this ball game, top of the 5th inning, but runners at first and second. And a tough batter at the plate right now for the Kewaskum Indians. Next pitch into Reichert. It's going to miss away. Count is now 2-1. I'd like to sneak to a Brewer game sometime this year, too. I'd be fun to grab a bunch of people and head over to Brewers. That's always a good bang for your buck, getting down there. And they're a game under 500 right now. I think taking on the Astros tonight, Bobby? Okay.
The RAS starts that new series.
Yep.
Able to get one from the Cubs the last game of that series, at least.
I think the pieces are there. They just got to kind of put it together yet and see what I think
they've had their share of injuries again as well. They just can't ever seem to stay healthy.
2-2 pitch, and that's going to make its way out towards the center field. Ferris is going to throw one home. Here's the throw, and they got him. Nice job. Good tag apply. Nice throw by Ferris from center field. Puts it on the money, and Beam spins around, puts a tag on him, and Waupun shuts the door on Kewaskum here in the top of the 5th inning, but still Waupun trailing 4-1. They got to get those bats going. We'll see what they do in the bottom of the 5th, just 1 minute from now on Radio Plus Sports.
Chronic pain sufferers, listen up. If you're suffering from pain due to injury or illness, and the options you've tried have failed to alleviate your pain, or surgery has been recommended, you may be wondering if you've run out of options. If so, regenerative medicine may be your answer. At New Medical Center, we use a variety of alternative treatments designed to harness your own body's ability to heal. Rather than covering up your pain, regenerative medicine goes right to the source to resolve and repair the injury. Instead of using harmful drugs to mask your pain or having risky surgery that can cause additional injury and increase your chance of arthritis, regenerative medicine helps your body repair the damage that causes pain. Don't let pain compromise your favorite hobbies and activities, leaving you crippled and desperate for help. Thousands of people have found relief with regenerative medicine, and you can too. Call the experts at New Medical Center to get an appointment today. New Medical Center, 920-324-9899. That's 920-324-9899. Or check us out on the web at www.newmedicalctr.com.
Okay, here we go. Beautiful throw, both ends of that play. The throw in from center field from Bryant Ferris, putting it there, and great tag at the end of it, spinning around and applying that tag by Chase Beam right at home plate. And Pond escapes with not giving up a run in the top of the 5th inning.
Bryant Ferris, not only a accurate throw, a good strong throw, he got rid of it quickly too. Exchange was super fast. About as close as you're going to get at the plate, too. Chase Beam knew it. He slapped that tag down. Beautiful play by Waupun.
That'll bring up Trey Schmidt, number 8 in the batting order, starting things out. First pitch into him is popped in the air out into short right field, and hauling it in is their right fielder, Tyler Densow. So one pitch, one out for Waupun. That'll bring up Landon Dirksen, just his second at bat of the ball game here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Landon grounded out to first base. His first time up.
This pitch into him misses well high. Ball 1. Got some nice days coming up. I'm getting a little pressure from the family. Got that family pool to get to put together, so I got to get all the initial things done. Get that filter, the sand all out of there and the new sand in. And
a little early for the pool yet, though, right? You just get the prep work done?
You got to get the prep, because if you don't have it ready when it's swimming days, you're in big trouble. So you got to do things ahead of time. Take the cover off here in another week here. Get that all cleaned out. Get the chemicals up where they need to be. Next pitch is going to miss high. 3-1 the count.
I think it's nice for your mother. You get a lot of visitors that way. It keeps her socially active. And
it's going to catch the outside part of the plate. Puts the count now with 3-2. Yeah, we've had some nice gatherings there between my sister's family and our family, and sometimes you might have 11, 12 kids out there below the age of 13. That's chopped on the ground and foul over on the third base side.
Dirksen, he's really come on as a varsity player. He's such not a very big kid. Tell you what, he battles. He's tough as nails.
I liked him on the basketball court, too, on the JV team. Swing and a miss on the next one in, but still it's going to be a good one before it's all done here in Waupun. So he goes down a strikeout victim, and that brings the top of the order up, Brian Ferris. Brian's had that nice triple that just kept on carrying out to left field past the left fielder and made it all the way to the fence and slid his way into third base for a triple with one down back in the third inning. A little change of pace on that one, and well ahead of it is Ferris, strike one.
Able to get that triple with only one out and then just stranded there.
Yeah.
That hit him.
That one caught him, and he's going to head down. There's at least a dangerous guy in the base pass of Bryant. He's going to find his way over to second base yet. So 2 2 down, runner at first for Waupun. And that'll bring up Landon Richter. Landon got out with a walk. He is also grounded out so far in the ball game. Throw to first, stands safe.
Grizzolono well aware that Ferris is a threat to run.
Nice pitch there from Grizzolono, and striking that pitch into Landon Richter. This one's going to miss high. 1-1 the count now for Landon. Nice ceremony for the parents before the game here today. Got their moment in the sun, and luckily it really was in the sun here. Nice day here for a Monday ball game. It has popped in the air over towards the right field side, and it's going to make its way out of play.
I have a little trivia question. I'll throw this out here for you, Steve, and as well as Bob. He's up here. There was one new rule change this year in high school baseball.
I can already say I don't know.
Well, it involves scoring. It really doesn't involve the play on the field. It's a scoring change.
And that one right back in the glove of Grizzolono. A nice, well-struck ball there by Landon Richter, but right back to the pitcher. So Waupun does get a runner on, a hit by a pitch, and they strand one. And Waupun trailing now 4-1. We're going to come back with the Randy's question again and the answer to that coming up in the top of inning number 6 after this on Radio Plus Sports.
Planning to build? You need Pino. Whether it's a new home, remodel, or commercial project, you need a committed team that's dedicated to bringing your vision to reality. You need Pino. After all, they've been doing it almost 50 years. To start your next project, go to rapino.com. Check out their virtual design tool and turn your idea into action. That's rapino.com and learn about the Pino difference. Pino. Build better for future generations.
Thank you for your continued support over the past 50 years. At Verhaeg's Furniture Mart, we're honored to have been voted by you to be the best of the best mattress store in the Fond du Lac area for 2024.
Our mission is to bring the best in bedding comfort, technology, and support to the Waupun area.
We've partnered with top brands like Tempur-Pedic, Puffy, Scott Living, Sealy, and Nectar to offer you the ultimate sleep experience.
Free delivery to Waupun and the surrounding area. See store for details.
Come shop at Verhaeg's.
Okay, we are back. Randy, what's that question that you had to ask us here? What's his question?
The question was, there's a new rule change in NFHS, high school baseball, and it involves a scoring situation. Bob says he's stumped already, which surprised me. He usually knows. But the scoring was, it used to be if a base runner was hit by a batted ball, it's dead, that runner's out, and it would go down credited as a base hit. And now it's going to become a fielder's choice. That was the scoring change. So you no longer get credited with a base hit if you're the batter.
That's just a thing.
It's just
you're not trying to do, obviously.
No, obviously not. But
It's
it
all
used to
a
be
puddle
if you hit a base runner with a batted ball, it was dead. That runner would be out, but you would be credited with a base hit. That has changed. So your batting average, it probably only happens to you once in 3 years, but could lose a couple points off your batting average.
Big swing and a miss by Grizzolono. He's been on base all 3 times so far. He walked last inning. He got on with a single, an RBI single back in the 3rd inning, and then did that hard hit ball opposite field right at Graham Gopal, and it going opposite field this time, slices it out to left field. Smooth looking swing there by Kingston. Leadoff single for Kewaskum.
And kid can play, huh?
Wow. He's an athlete.
He's
He's a baseball guy.
Force on the mound with the ball in his hands, and
not sure what else he does for sports. We don't remember him from the basketball court at all. So
he is going to have the courtesy runner again, number 8.
Burnt again?
Yeah, it is.
Devin Burnt.
It's going to keep him safe. That's nothing else, even though he runs extremely well. And
I agree with you. What happened to him
Yeah.
that first time he went over to second base and got up slowly. After that, the coach just said, that's it. We're going to bring a runner in for you the rest of the way.
Yeah, you're too valuable as a pitcher.
Top of the 6th inning. Upon trailing 4-1. Runner at first base, nobody out, and that'll bring up Austin Reichel, their catcher. Austin's 4th at bat of the ball game. He struck out twice, got on with a walk back in the 4th inning.
Yeah, a lot of traffic for Kewaskum in this game. 9 runners left on base. 4 of them crossed the plate.
That's going to miss inside. Yeah, rough outing here for Waupun. 3 runs they gave up in the 3rd inning, and some errors during that time, too, to make that happen. Should have been out of that with all that damage.
Right.
Not easy on Logan Prawl, was pitching at the time. And he kind of lost his focus a little bit out there and his control a bit. Took him out of the game and brought Emmett in.
And you look at the 4th run scored by Kewaskum, a possibility of bases loaded, ball hit sharply back to the mound, and Emmett decided to go 2-1, or second base to first for the double play, and weren't able to pull it off. Probably should have gone home first and then let Chase Beam throw it down to first base.
Called strike on the last pitch in, taking all the way was Reichel. Here comes a 3-1 pitch from Emmett Hull. Big cut, swing and a miss, puts the count at 3-2. And that runner at first base. 3-2 count here to Austin Reichel. That one misses, and Reichel offered a walk, his 2nd time he's been walked in the ball game. So now runners at first and second base, and that'll bring up the hot-hitting Everett Donath, who's got a couple of base hits in the ball game. Been on 3 times. One was because of a fielder's choice. Donath, yeah.
That was actually what we just spoke about, where the on that fielder's choice had the opportunity to double him off. Upon not able to complete the double play, allowed that run to score. He got an RBI there.
Okay, so still nobody out. Runners at first and second base. Another courtesy runner out there, Braden Lair out there now. Okay. It's got some work to do now, but base runners every inning so far for Kewaskum in this ball game. And this is the team that gave Waupun their only conference loss on the season, looking to try to do it for another time here at Waupun. And that is sharply hit out towards right field and being held up over at third base. He is burnt over there. So now bases are loaded and nobody out.
Good job by Landon Dirksen to get it in quickly. Hit his cutoff man, Krieger. And
so 2 base hits and a walk load up the bases now for the Indians. And coming up to bat is Levi Whitfield. He's struck out, has been hit by a pitch, got on with an error. And that throwing error back in the 3rd inning. It's going to miss high on the first pitch in, this at bat. Yeah, nothing coming easy for Waupun here in this ball game, especially defensively. Comes the 1-0 pitch, and that is hit out towards center field. Backing up is Ferris, and he's going to be chasing it now. That's going to bring in at least a couple of runs. 2 runs come in, and heading home now, being sent home. They're going to throw the ball over to third. Runner safe at third base. 3 runs come in. And 3 runs off the bat of Levi Whitfield come in for Kewaskum, and he's over at third base.
that ball was smoked straight at Ferris and just carried and carried over Bryant's head, and again, just an excellent job by the Indians here.
Yeah, they're
playing really well, and Waupun has, to be honest, hasn't played very well in this game.
No, they have not. They've had opportunities to go back to that 3-run fourth inning, with third inning. We've talked about it before, but that was definitely an inning where they maybe should only have the one run, not those two they got after that.
Yeah. Looks like Emmett's going to stay in the game. Wasn't a lot discussed there. It was a quick mound meeting.
Yeah, so 3 runs into the inning. Now a 7-1 lead for Kewaskum, opening this game up. And that'll bring up Sam Syriacs, their shortstop, to the plate. He's been walked a couple times and has struck out. And is hit high in the air out towards right center field, and getting underneath it is Ferris. Going to flick it in on the relay, and runner safe at home plate. So sacrifice fly, RBI for Sam Syriacs. And that is the first out of the inning that Waupun has recorded here against the Indians. Carter Unger coming up, the third baseman. He's doubled. He's also been walked and has struck out in the game.
I think the Indians came in here wanting to make a statement, about they are one of the premier teams, if not the premier team in the conference right now. Certainly showing that tonight.
Yeah, you take offense with that when you see the team you're playing is ranked second in the state, and you beat them last week, and now they're taking it to Waupun this week.
Waupun's going to be there. They're going to make some noise yet this season, and it's just a matter of you have to clean up the little things that they, the errors, and sometimes that just happens. But I mean, some of the mental decisions weren't
the
perfect
decision
either.
making.
Yeah, you got to just. And they'll grow from this. They'll learn from this.
1-1 pitch is swung on and fouled back. And out of play. But, yeah, just a sloppy game here for Waupun. Just don't see the energy out here against Kewaskum. Yeah, they came to play. There's no doubt about it. They wouldn't even go out early because Waupun kind of took their fielding early, swing and a miss on the next pitch to see. It was parents' night. And
right.
Kewaskum just kind of waited out there before they came into the usual time they would before a game starts. And
all business.
Yeah, it's all business. We're not here. I don't care if it's parents' night. I'm trying to keep things the same. So 2 down. Tyler Densau up to bat now, number 9 in the batting order. He's lined out. He's grounded out and has struck out so far in the game. And the backhanded stop by Bucko sets, throws across the field. Long way to get it over there from foul territory and well behind third base, and a runner safe at first base. Good hustle by Densau. Perfectly placed ball. That'll bring up the top of the order now, Liam Stoffel.
Top of the order, number 11, Liam Stoffel.
This is their 8th batter that's come to the plate this inning for Kewaskum. 4 runs into the inning, 8-1 now the lead for Kewaskum. Steve Winterhack with you, along with Randy Armgett, Big Nate Young on the video streaming.
In case you're wondering, the Brewers are in the top of the second already.
Any score in the Brewer game?
Nothing after
Bob's checking out of the baseball game here and going to the Brewers. He's good. He's good at multitasking for us right now. Runner goes, throw over to second base. Off the mark and runner safe.
Bob was making a statement about how long this game is going. That's what he was trying to reference.
It has been
slow. There's been a lot of long at bats. It's the play hasn't been that slow, but yeah, a lot of long at bats and a lot of fouled off balls, and just one of those grinders where you have to stay with it. And
this pitch is going to miss off the plate.
Both teams kind of being very selective, taking pitches.
Comes a 3-0 pitch now from Emmett, and that is a called strike. Count is 3-1. Next game for Waupun, they'll be playing on the road over at Lakeside Lutheran. Coming up on Thursday, a 5 o'clock start on that one. We will not be there. I'll be doing a softball game that night over at Ripon for Waupun girls over at Ripon. And that one's going to miss high, and offer to walk now is Stoffel heading over to first base. So now runners at first and second. That'll bring up Andy Reichert. 9th batter of the inning.
I am going to be in Oakfield that night, Oakfield baseball. I have softball tomorrow night and Wednesday, baseball on Thursday. Busy week.
Yeah. I'm sticking to my 2 games a week thing. We're going to do that. One Waupun boys, one Waupun girls, softball, and sticking to that.
I'll tell you what, it was just 1 or 2 days that the weather caused some cancellations. Get like 50 emails.
Yeah.
Probably got 25 today again, just for they're looking for umpires.
Baseball, just these spring sports in general, must be a nightmare for athletic directors. Please don't rain, so I have to try to find officials again for the rescheduled game. And not an easy thing to do. I give them credit for that. Probably the hardest part of their job.
Right now, there is such a shortage.
You've already been approached by the Legion coaches already to do some officiating for the season coming up. So Bob's got you all booked.
There's such a shortage that they're actually having they're having varsity games played and then 4 or 5 innings of a JV game following it, so the same officials will work those games.
This is popped in the air over on the first base side, and Jake Krieger will haul it in for the out, but not before the damage is done. 4 runs come in here in the inning, and Waupun now trails 8-1, and we'll have the bottom half of inning number 6 coming your way right after this on Radio Plus Sports.
A reminder for everyone that Ben's Automotive is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. and on Saturdays by appointment only. Keeping your vehicle in tip-top running condition is essential. Call 324-9962 for Ben's Automotive. Get the quality repair and maintenance services you need from the automotive technicians you can trust. Ben's Automotive at the corner of Carrington and Main Streets in beautiful downtown Waupun. Call 920-324-9962 to schedule your service or repair needs today.
Say cheese. If you cringe when it's time to smile, come to Dentistry of Wisconsin in Beaver Dam and Waupun to make your grin big, bright, and beautiful. They can help with impactful solutions like implants, bridges, orthodontics like Sure Smile clear aligners. And if you're looking for simple smile enhancers, they offer tooth whitening and veneers. Give Dentistry of Wisconsin a call in Beaver Dam at 887-2112 or their Waupun office at 324-3881. You can also visit them online at dentistryofwisconsin.com.
Okay, we are back, and one good bit of news we have for you, Randy. What is that about our pitcher out there at Grisolono?
Yeah, he's 94, I think I was just told, 93 or 94, so he's getting close to the end here if Waupun can chase him out of this game. And still a big task here down by 7.
Big 7-run hole right now for Waupun. And coming up for Waupun, number 3, 4, and 5 in the batting order, Logan Prawl, Chase Beam, Brennan Rediker, the scheduled batters for Waupun. That was that big moment last at bat that Logan Prawl and Chase Beam had when we had runners at first and third base at the corners, and they both struck out and ended Waupun's threat. They came up empty in that third inning.
Grisolano doesn't seem to be tiring at all. His fastball still has a lot of zip on it.
This pitch misses high, puts the count at 2-0. It goes right at him with pretty good heat on that pitch yet. Makes the count 2-1. Swing and a miss on the next pitch. 2-2 the count.
Just overpowering right there. It's almost saying, here it is. I'm going to throw you a fastball. Good luck. Try and hit it.
Yeah, wonder what his starting to get some looks. Being a left-handed pitcher, they can throw in the mid-80s. Getting some looks at that or not?
Probably not. Well, he's young. I mean, yeah,
He's
maybe.
a sophomore.
Yeah, he's very young. He's not a very big guy. I don't know what you can top out at, but.
And misses on the next pitch in. Leadoff walk issued to Logan Prawl. So here you go. Start somewhere. Maybe he'll start for a walk with Waupun. And like I said, Mr. Grisolano is running out of pitches.
He might be done right now. This might be.
He is done. So he's going to be replaced. We're going to take a break. Waupun has a base runner on here in the bottom of the 6th inning with nobody out and trailing 8-1. Back after this pitching change on Radio Plus Sports.
How do you make everyone's favorite buffet even better? How do you make the country's best chicken even more exciting? How do you make Thursday the best night ever? Wing night at Pizza Ranch. Boneless and traditional. A variety of sauces. All the wings you want, plus all your other buffet favorites. The country's best wing night is here. Taking flight Thursday nights only at Pizza Ranch. Everyone's favorite buffet.
This game is powered by C. Broxma Electric of Waupun. C. Broxma Electric has serviced the electrical needs for Waupun and the surrounding area for over 18 years. From small residential jobs to agricultural, industrial, and commercial jobs, they do it all. For quality work and prompt, courteous service, contact your State of Wisconsin licensed electrical contractor in our area. C. Broxma Electric at 920-319-1614 or check them out online at cbelectric.net.
There has never been a better time to shop Werner Harmsen Furniture and Total Flooring, Main Street in downtown Waupun. Werner Harmsen is featuring a fashionable selection of furniture and flooring. That means remarkable savings on name brand furniture, top quality name brands at special competitive prices. You'll get the taste, quality, and personalized service that has separated the Werner Harmsen name from the best. Find their showroom in downtown Waupun. Werner Harmsen Furniture and Total Flooring. Taste, service, selection. It's worth the drive to beautiful downtown Waupun.
Okay, we are back. Pitching change going from your lefty. Grisolano's now out in center field and bringing in Tyler Stray. He is a senior right-handed pitcher, now on the mound for Kewaskum. Grisolano's last batter that he faced was Logan Prawl, who was issued a walk, so we got a runner at first base, but a 7-point deficit here in the bottom of the 6th inning for Waupun with nobody out. First ball into beam, puts that deep out towards center field. A diving catch by the center fielder.
Wow.
Grisolano goes out there and gets his first pitch that he has to watch from center field and dives and catches it in that between the left center field and hauls it in. So does a great job of the pitching mound, gets on as a hitter, and then he makes a great play as a center fielder. Wow.
Yeah. And only a sophomore.
Yeah.
He's going to be around for a while.
Mr. Everything.
Wow. That was yeah, and then he hasn't seen any fly balls at this point, and then you get a tough one to just a great athlete.
Yeah.
Super baseball player.
Yeah, it's fun to watch those guys, no matter if it's the other team. It's good to see some good baseball. Brennan Rediker is up now for his third bat of the ball game now here in the 6th inning. And that is hit out towards left field. And Andy Reichert gets underneath it and hauls it in for the out. So quick pitching here for Tyler Stray. And he's got a couple flyouts, and that'll bring up Jake Krieger, still with that runner at first base.
That's what you like out of your relievers when you have a nice lead. Come in and throw strikes, maybe pitch to contact, get yourself outs. Last thing you want to do is walk people with a nice lead.
Jake so far has struck out. He has walked. And now down in the count, 0-1 on a called strike. Went down looking his last at bat. Remember, he wasn't happy about that. That one is a pop back behind home plate. Catcher gets underneath it. Nice job by Austin Reichel to get full out run to get that right before the netting. And pretty quick 3 batters for Tyler Stray as he retires all 3 batters he faces. We strand one on that one. Nobody got a hit. 1 walk. And then after 6 complete, Waupun trailing 8-1. And we'll be back at the top of the 7th inning right after this on Radio Plus Sports.
The $7 Lux Cravings Box has the Gordita Supreme? What is this, the 90s? This flashback is off the hook. The 90s Gordita Supreme is back in the $7 Lux Cravings Box. Relive the decades, only at Taco Bell. Booyah!
Home and Auto is very blessed to have served our local communities for 50 years. From a small used car store with 4 employees to 5 locations and over 100 employees, we would like to thank our many customers and our communities for the past 50 years. Holman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Waupun, Holman Chevrolet in Waupun, Holman Ford and Holman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Ripon, Holman Chevrolet GMC in Ripon, and the location where we began 50 years ago, Holman Value Center in Waupun. Thank you for allowing us to serve you, our customers, our friends, for the last 50 years. And we look forward to the next 50 years. Home and Auto, great selection, award-winning service, low prices, and a relaxed buying atmosphere. We make you feel at home at Home and Auto Group in Waupun and Ripon, serving you for 50 years and counting.
Okay, we are back, and we have a new pitcher, Jacob Steinbach, the junior coming out to pitch, right-handed pitcher, and you guys have observed him. What do you, Bob? What's your review of Jacob? What kind of pitcher do we have with Jacob out there?
He's an off-speed.
Off-speed guy.
Yeah.
Fills the zone pretty well. Throws strikes generally. Not overpowering.
Okay.
Nice off-speed though.
I would agree. I've seen him throw a lot of Junior Legion and some of the other. I've seen him pitch quite a bit, throwing a little varsity action for Legion as well, and he does pitch to contact. He's got a good curveball. Doesn't walk people. That's the key. Not overpowering, but a guy that can get it done.
He's facing a good contact hitter right now with Grisolano up to bat.
Thank you very much, right? I'm going to come into the game, and the first guy I have to face is one of the top players in the conference.
Ooh, it's underneath that one, high in the air out towards center field and bringing it in. He is Brian Ferris out there. That one got up. Does that ball count as an astronaut because it actually was up in the air high enough where you can see the – because I know they counted those other people that went up into space and is up there for maybe a couple of minutes, and they're officially astronauts now. So.
Starlink program?
The Starlink, yes. Okay. That's a good start against a very good hitter.
There's that sweeping curveball from Steinbach. Nice job.
That's the first time that Grisolano did not get on base. Austin Reichel up to bat right now. And hard hit ball, and that is fair right down the line. It's Braden Lair with a at bat. It was number 7, right? Put that thing right down the line. Nice sharply hit ball.
Bringing out number 16, Everett Donan.
So runner at first base again. Just a runner, at least one runner, if not a couple, every inning for Kewaskum in this ball game. 3 runs in the 3rd, 1 run in the 4th, 4 runs in the 6th. So they got their 8 runs. 8 runs in this ball game, leading Waupun 8-1.
It is number 7. I wasn't ignoring you. I just couldn't see it until he turned to.
Yeah, I called it as it was number 7 there.
Yeah, you had it right.
That one down on the fake dirt. It was on 1 and 2.
Well, there's a few new spots out there. They didn't replace this entire infield here, but certain areas they did. They put in a patch over in front of second where the sliding area is. A little work around home plate.
Yeah, I've already been given the schedule with all the grandsons, 3 grandsons that are 8 years old, 10 years old, and 12 years old. So pretty much Tuesday through Thursday were pretty much taken. Then I said, well, I got Mondays off, and then nope, your 4-year-old granddaughter play softball on Mondays.
When does that start?
I think they start this week. Coming up.
Hit.
The base hit off the bat of Donath puts runners now at first and third base. We'll see what happens to Ray. She'll figure things out. Got a very athletic mom and dad. Kind of built like her mom with the long legs already, and I'm my only granddaughter out of 6 grandkids. She might be the spunkiest one of the bunch, too. So,
softball, volleyball, maybe?
I think
basketball,
volleyball definitely
knows?
in the future with Bridget, if has anything to say about it, being a scholarship volleyball athlete. Went down to Loyola for a year, and they had a change of coaches. Didn't like the coach, and was offered to come up to Parkside then for a little D2 volleyball, and played 3 years there, and then got to coach volleyball at Edgewood and got her master's paid for. So, a scot-free college experience. It's going to get past Beam, and runner's going to score from third base, making it 9-1 now.
Runner scores on the pass ball.
Ball was inside there. Would have been better off if it would have hit the batter. Would have been dead, but just scooted away from Beam and just had another run in.
The runner advances over to second base besides, and Waupun in some trouble right now. The pitcher in now, Tyler Stray, with his first at-bat of the ball game, right-handed hitter. What did he throw, like 4 or 5 pitches? Is that all he had when he came in? 5 pitches to get 3 outs.
Through to contact.
Swing and a miss on the next pitch into Stray. 1 down. 9-1 ball game. Top of the 7th inning. Rough one here for Waupun.
You can be very effective if you keep the ball down, throw strikes, maybe a little wrinkle in there, breaking pitches.
Nice little curveball put right in there that throws Stray, and watches that one go by for out number 2. Good pitch there from Jacob Steinbach.
Stray goes down looking.
Going to bring up Sam Syriacs up to the plate now for Kewaskum. He's walked a couple times, struck out. Had a sacrifice fly for an RBI back in the 6th inning. Two will the count now for Sam Syriacs. Runner at second base. Swinging fouls that one back. Yeah, now a full member of the Waupun Community Center, too, now. So I had signed Debbie and I up for that, and I figured if I just go over there and lift weights or things over there, that's just to stay active. Pickleball, I've been playing that.
Other activities, lots of things to do there. You can shoot hoops if you want to.
Oh, yeah. Nice big old gym in there. It's a beautiful, beautiful facility. We were so lucky to have that in this town. So I thought, why not? Let's join the place, and that'll make me get down there a little bit more now that I've invested in it a little bit. Drag the wife down there with me and get her money's worth out of it. It's going to miss off the plate. Jacob thought maybe he had that one. Kind of put his hands out.
Outdoor pickleball happening out at the Waupun County Park pretty soon.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what they're doing there. I thought there was going to be multiple courts. Now it looks like only one possibly.
Really? That would not...
I didn't.
Would be a great
I don't know what happened. I don't know what's
going
to go on there.
Yeah, we know where that's at. We're just debating whether it's 1 or 2 courts over there.
Well, they built the other area up. If you saw that up closer, that's where they're putting up the screens and stuff for a pickleball court. That's obviously going to be a pickleball court that's in the upper.
I appreciate them putting it in, but why not put at least 2 courts, side-by-side courts in it?
Unless they're going to put in one court, which would be closer to the golf course, and then multiple courts down below.
I don't know.
Because they did not put in the fencing pipes on that below. I thought for sure that's
hit by a pitch on the next one into Carter Unger, and that'll load up bases. I don't know. It's you got Beaver Dam that just put in 9 courts over there, and a really nice, and that's the fastest growing sport. And you got young people playing, you got older people playing. It's the biggest discrepancy in age with people that play a sport here in town, and I think they
great social activity as well.
Great, yeah. I like the social part of it too. Is
people make friends and get out of the house.
One drops in for a strike. Yeah, I get down to the little exercise area there too, and got a bunch of people in there on a regular basis. Get to yak with a little bit when I'm in there. It's fun.
Yeah, I'm still curious to see what is exactly the layout is going to be out at the county park, because
I'll have to ask Rachel Kaminsky. She's the head of the parks board, isn't she? So
I don't know if she's in charge of that one though.
I don't know. That's not like being a county park. A pat of the glove there by Landon Richter, but one run does come in. Waupun now with an 8-point deficit. We'll take one more break here, and now we'll come back with the bottom half of inning number 7 right after this on Radio Plus Sports.
Extend your vertical tillage options with a new Kuhn Krause Accelerator XT8010 available at Waupun Equipment Company in Waupun and Watertown. Proven Excalibur VT blades cut tough residue, creating a superior seed bed. Gang angle options of 1 to 5 degrees for true vertical tillage or 6 to 8 degrees for more aggressive tillage action. Mid-mounted tines redirect soil and residue flow ahead of rear gangs. Exclusive star wheel treaders brake clouds and anchor residue, while the 24/7 conditioning reel firms and finishes the seed bed. The Accelerator XT is available in RTK cut widths of 11 to 40 foot. Ask your dealer about the new Smart Soil Technology ISOBUS system for your new Accelerator XT.
If you're looking for someone to take care of your tree needs, call Eli at Torres Tree Service of Waupun. Eli and his team can remove trees big or small, even those hard-to-get trees. They do tree trimming and stump grinding, and the job's not done until they put topsoil and seed where the tree was removed, clean up the debris, and haul it away. Join the many satisfied customers by calling Torres Tree Service in Waupun at 920-334-5887. That's 920-344-5887 for Torres Tree Service of Waupun. Shepherd of the Hills Catholic School in Eden is a faith-centered community that carries on the
Okay, we are back, and Waupun does give up another run. And coming up to bat for Waupun now. Landon Larson up to bat now for Waupun, getting his first at bat of the ball game. Landon Potretz are next two batters for Waupun.
Larson's been very successful as a left-handed pitcher for Waupun. I think his record is 2-0, and he pitched the championship game in that DeBoer Diamond Classic. Did a heck of a job.
What class is he in? He's a sophomore. Okay. That's why we have bag of peanuts up here, because
right.
I don't lose touch, and she just doesn't have the classes on these.
Good to have
the other one. He knows quite a bit about what's going on here.
He should. He's around these people.
Yeah.
Young guy. Okay.
So a couple Landons coming up.
Pretty common name.
Yeah, Landon must have been
high school age kids.
Yeah, about anywhere from 15 to 18 years ago, Landon must have been the number one name. Very quick worker. And is popped a foul over on the left field side. Yeah, Stray doesn't waste any time between pitches. He's ready to go.
He kind of shows the ball. He puts it up behind his right shoulder, and he holds it there for just a brief moment, and you get a good look at it.
Swings and misses on the next one. So Larson is retired, strikeout. Waupun just a couple outs away from kind of a miserable outing here against the Kewaskum Indians.
Landon Potratz.
And Owen Ferrari is awaiting on deck. So a couple Landons, like we mentioned before, back-to-back here for Waupun. Looks like a healthy cut, but a little behind, and fouls that one out of play.
Really good to see Potratz back on the athletic field after he had that knee surgery and missed most of the basketball season.
And both Landons retired strikeout route, and that will now bring up Mr. Ferrari. Owen Ferrari coming up to the plate. Yeah, my biggest concern, I mentioned this before, though, with those pickleball courts over on the county park is the horsefly situation. I remember very well as a kid being just attacked by horseflies, and no matter how long you stayed under the water, they were waiting for you when you came back up, and it was a bad area for horseflies.
It's funny how they can congregate in an area like that. Yeah, I remember that exactly as well. When you were swimming, and
And this is hit out towards center field, and that's going to be hauled in. Why not? With Mr. Grisolano out there, hauls in the last out. Now Waupun's going to go down quietly here in the inning and lose a game, another big important game by a score of 9-1 to Kewaskum. And not really much to say, Randy. Anything you want to say about that, or what you got over there?
I'll tell you that Waupun only had 3 hits in this game for that 1 run. So, and Kewaskum had 12 left on base, so a lot of traffic. They did a heck of a job here tonight. So,
we'll see. Waupun's got they've got some nice players, and they'll get back in the groove again. Take Lakeside Lutheran on coming up on Thursday. Have a couple of games against KML. Kettle and Lutheran coming up next week. We'll have one of those games for you here on this station. And softball, we have that for you coming up on Thursday night over at Ripon. Waupun taking on the Ripon Tigers. Conference game of the ECC. We'll have that game for you coming up on Thursday on Radio Plus Sports and on the radio at 103.3 FM, AM 1170, and 93.7 FM, The Source. So that's about it, Randy. Thanks for joining me here today. And you got 3 busy days. Hopefully you don't get, after you jinxed yourself about not getting one of those good the fastballs coming in and nailing it. Hopefully that doesn't happen the next 3 days, but...
Well, I think we'll be good, and at least the weather is picking up, and much more enjoyable to be outside and participating in high school sports. Even if I'm an umpire, still be around the young people. It keeps you a little bit young.
Okay, so that is it. Waupun losing by a score of 9-1 here at home against Kewaskum. A big game, but they just had a rough outing here against the Kewaskum Indians. And again, good luck to Waupun. Their game coming up against Lakeside Lutheran, the team that will be playing a couple times a year coming up next year in their new conference. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast and our video streaming on Radio Plus. Have yourself an excellent Monday night. Enjoy the sunshine for the last hour or so that we're going to have that. This has been Waupun Warrior Baseball on Radio Plus Sports.